Hey there, everyone. Sorry we were a little bit late, but as you can see, we have a much fuller house than we usually do. The crew is doubled in size for double the pleasure. Welcome to an episode of Dice Scum Live where this is the palate cleanser episode.
Hey, my name's Big Yiff. I heard there was yiffing that was going to happen here.
uh Randall, and I am like a possum who has found a dumpster full of old spaghetti because holy
that what
shit this
And
Is that what your persona is? You're the possum?
I'm Imsit, and let's begin with Iron Eagle. Perhaps the second worst thing ever associated with the Nazi Party.
Oh, wow. That harsh, huh?
Yes.
Woo-wee! So, Iron Eagle, this is a little year zero project that was made by furries. It's totally not inspired with the mushroom cloud. It's totally not inspired from another very popular mod for Hearts of Iron 4. It
Wait, hold
clearly
on.
isn't.
Hold on. I just realized upper left. The fuck is that UFO?
Oh, that's the Kecksburg thing. They brought
Yeah,
Kecksburg.
yeah, don't you know the Nazis created UFOs?
It's the bell. It's the stupid bell thing that people think that Nazis made. I also love that Zeppelins are back, even though the Hindenburg is like the biggest advertisement against rigid body blimps ever.
And
Hey, Zeppelins were always in, baby. Didn't you see Iron Skies? Things were cool.
the person we could thank for all this is Permiac on the Discord.
Thank you,
Thank you
Permiac,
for sending this our way.
because I
Alright,
needed a palate cleanser. Because here's the thing. I think this is going to be more readable than Hypermall, but that's just a formatting issue. This one might be more repulsive, and not in a
Alright.
way that they're hoping for.
Now utilizing all my brain power to remember my times on the internet. I seem to recall there was another, this might be the same retard too, another property where it was a Nazi man that goes to the furry world. Am I remembering this correctly? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No.
There was like, oh my god, I'll have to fucking find it.
Oh, while he's doing
We need to
that,
go
let's
into the archives.
read the tagline. The Third Reich's the charm. Werewolf commandos infiltrate secret outposts. Luftwaffe ace shoot down enemy planes en masse. The finest wizards of the I'm not completing that sentence. Conjure their arcade powers from beyond time and space. All to finally bring an end to the treacherous forces of both American democracy and Soviet communism. All this and more await the action-packed, exciting world of Iron Eagle, the only tabletop role-playing game built from the ground up for telling perilous tales about brave men and women serving in the ranks of the Axis power. You've never played you've never played minis games where you could do that already, did you?
Do you think Hitler had a persona too?
Yeah, he actually
Yes.
was a wolfaboo. He believed he had the soul
Yeah.
of a wolf. And he was very obsessed that his name referred to the name wolf.
Wait, was Hitler the first otherkin?
He might have been.
I mean, there were the Norse.
Thank goodness he took
called the
himself out.
Indians. Is that why Hitler made that one tribe of Indians honorary Aryans because they invented the two-spirit concept?
What?
No, you're confusing. You're wrong continent. You're thinking of Native Americans. South Asians, he honored them because that's where the source of Thule was.
Also, Himmler made a group of Indian traders honorary SS.
Yeah, the Azad Hind.
And they did the needful, sir, to women in France. Allegedly.
From the Reich's new order of Europe to the wild and exotic lands of the Celestial Empire and Japanese shogunate because they are too stupid to understand the dynamics of the Japanese state. Adventure awaits for you and your friends in this detailed, crunchy rulebook featuring the popular Year Zero engine system and what may be the worst advertisement possible for it.
So it's not built from the ground up, you fucking liar. You just used another system.
Hey. Far be it from the Nazis to not build something of their own and rather steal it from other people.
Also, keep in
They
mind
did that to the Germans. They did that to, well, Italian fascism. They tried to make their own Christianity. They steal a lot of things.
I would like to say for the record too, I was right. It was an American tribal organization. Nazi regime declared the stock, and by extension, all Native Americans to be honorary Aryans. It was a propaganda tactic rather than a genuine belief in racial equality.
I'm not surprised.
Also, I do need to mention from Prissy Princess, Nazis can't build spaceships. It's clearly ancient Aryan tech. No, it's a Garthan tech. You gotta get that right.
Also, minus 50 social credit for not calling it the Third Reich.
Well, speaking of social credit, that is one of the mechanics they added.
Now,
I'm not kidding.
Now, we need to talk about I guess after the table of contents, in which there is a nice link to their Discord.
No, before then, I want to make a comment. So here's the thing, right? That if you're gonna do space things, I know you're trying to do the cartoony thing, but their blood is rapidly boiling out of their flesh because there are blood vessels and tails. Oh, and on top of that skunk would die. He would hotbox himself to death because they can't stand their own stink.
Don't worry. Aryan super science has invented that, and it's made space travel incredible.
So let's see here. Iron Eagle is the result of roughly a year of work, and was created entirely by the person who made this.
Oh, and if you are curious, it is crunchier than you think, but that's because of all of the species they added, mostly.
And also, it was self-funded because, for some reason, it got banned off of Kickstarter for various weird, anomalous things like hate speech. Says the guy who's got the fucking Nazi swastika on the fucking probably on the back cover. I think that's what that is.
Well, I'm not going to use that.
Blame the state of Israel.
Yes, Netanyahu, why did you do this?
What were you going to say?
I just want to read this. Obviously, the large amount of art you will find within was not cheap. There's an X to doubt there. I built an incredible team of artists. Incredible is stretching.
Well, no, it's the old time. But remember, incredible also used to mean like horrifying.
Like the Hulk.
It's similar to how awful used to be full of awe, which actually meant that it used to also equal good things.
Who helped me bring the world of Iron Eagle to life, and I am immensely grateful for their support. To those who stole this book.
Oh yeah, there's an entire section for that.
I'm sorry. Is 2009 Chris Chan here?
Maybe.
Just spreading a good word about Iron Eagle would be a big help to a small independent author like myself. Well, we will spread the good word. We will spread the good word indeed.
Yeah, we'll spread it like a hippopotamus spreads its shit.
Guy whose persona's name is Squeak McDole.
You're gonna spread it like herpes at a furry con.
Don't worry, I've also provided a link in the description of our stream to their Geocities website, because that's their official website, is a Geocities site, which... fascinating.
The fuck kind of pronunciation of Geocities is that?
Oh, it's Geocities?
Or Neocities.
I thought it was.
Paraproxism is my speciality. I'm the Rich Evans of this group.
Let's see, we've got E.
So anyway, sit down at the table and we'll have a talk.
Yeah. All right, so we're talking about these incredible artists. I get their E621 tag just out of curiosity.
Oh no. I'm not going to be able to show any of that.
Why the hell couldn't you do Alan Smithy, and Alan Smithy?
Because they're very proud, but they're taking a stand, damn it. They're standing for their political beliefs, and they're not going to let the libtards bully them.
What a brave stance you took, Squeaks! Your torch lights the way!
We must live by Squeak's 13 words. We must secure a future for our personas.
Now, not to sound impatient.
Oh, by the way, there is one more thing. One of them, this person, Tastic, the Oriental Consultant. So all of the Japanese Empire stuff.
Oh no!
That we're going to witness.
They're not just Nazis and furries, but they have cultural consultants. They're woke.
This is the woke reboot of the Nazis.
I thought that was the Kuipers because they're all brown. They race swapped the original car.
Brown and gay.
All right, so if the Empire of Japan's a thing in this, where's the role for Mecca?
Oh, it's not the
I would like
Empire of
that,
Japan.
please.
It's the Shogunate. It's the
Yes,
Shogunate.
the
Okay,
Shogun's
okay.
back. You know,
Okay,
after the Meiji Restoration defeated the Shogun.
Well, he came back because fascism was like, the Shogun's cool, yo. They said.
So okay.
Yeah, the Emperor would totally
Right.
like to dissolve his power.
Well, in fairness, the Emperor at the time in '59 would be a Hirohito stand-in, and Hirohito was not really interested in running anything.
I'm
He
gonna be
wanted
honest.
he was the type of dude who would go out on his boat. He would go explore the South China Sea and like analyze shark eating habits or something because he was a marine biologist.
I'm gonna say with how fucking bloodthirsty the Japanese army was, I would not be surprised if they just said fuck him.
I mean, if they explained it that way, I'm kind of questioned. Here's the thing: I'm going to question world building because why not? Like, why not
Well,
actually?
did you
Yeah,
like
explain
World
you're
War
it as it
going
II?
to
should be?
question it because Confederate States of America are back.
So
Ah.
my problem with this is the following: they have not defeated the Soviet Union, right?
Mhm.
How in the fuck did were they able to destroy the United States? We have an
I don't,
ocean.
know if they, I don't think they destroyed the United States.
Oh, did the U.S. just break apart to make it more convenient?
It's just listen, it's TNO. It's just TNO.
TNO,
So
but shite.
yeah, so
Did this come out before TNO?
No.
no,
Oh
this came
hell
out
no.
recently.
I wouldn't be surprised if they
Oh, no.
worked on it.
This came out in 2025.
And
But
they're
the name
using a
sounds like-
GeoCities website.
Because the name kind of sounds like it makes me think of Iron Talon or what the fuck it was called.
Iron Skies.
Iron
That's
Claw,
a
I think
reference
it's
to Iron Skies or Iron. Oh yeah. Well, actually,
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
The
Yeah.
actual like furry, the actual fucking furry RPG game. That's
Well. Let me get there.
invoking for me.
You're jumping ahead on page 2. So here are some of the inspirations
Look.
for this horrible thing. Iron Sky, Starship Troopers, which was a parody, by the way, and I don't think you read the book. Red Dawn, Tropic Thunder, the G.I. Joe cartoons, Team America World Police,
This
Indiana
would he use
Jones,
the Nazis as?
and Triumph of the Will.
Of
Just inexplicably there.
Well, they can't name any other Nazi propaganda films.
Some video games include Operation Darkness, which I don't even remember that one. Wolfenstein: The New Order, which was nowhere near as good as the 2003 game. Red Orchestra 2. Turning Point. Fall of Liberty.
Oh my god!
I remember renting that one.
That is a deep
Oh.
cut.
Helldivers
so-
2. Suikoden did the first game, which is one of the choices of all time.
Oh, and books. Albedo Anthropomorphics, Ted Shepard's Stoss Troop, which I have a feel like that's some sort of like all of the Turning Diaries.
Storm of Steel.
I
Wanna get
am
Storm of
very
Steel's on
curious
there?
about that one. The anthropomorphics one is just like to pretend that this isn't just for fetish material, I think.
Oh, look below.
Phoenix Command, really? I don't think you're capable of...
Fatal is inspiration for this.
No. It's worse than that. It's worse than that, Randall. Fatal's bad. Phoenix Command, the amount of tables to actually play Phoenix Command is insane. Like, there is a table for a table and a sub-table to just dictate whether or not you actually hit the right target on a mech with your explosives.
Oh no.
So you have
Oh.
the overcomplication of Fatal combined with some of the weird sex stuff in it with organizational flowcharts from Phoenix Command. Oh, and
Oh,
Furry
no.
Pirates, which I actually have that one. I've always thought about bringing it out just because it's a weird little book. It's a weird little furry book. It's not too bad. I'm surprised they don't have Iron Claw. I'm actually rather surprised they don't have Iron Claw in here.
Okay, I need to stop there. So, Stoss Troop? Well, for Ted Shepard, furry artist. This was a furry comic in the 90s.
Oh, I think I've heard. Oh God, is it what I think it is?
Was it Furlough by Antarctic Press?
No. Is this the one? Is this like one of the weirder fucking
Wait a
ones
minute,
that I'm
Antarctic
thinking of?
Press. Antarctic Press.
Yeah.
Still relevant today, believe it or not. They're posting a lot of indie stuff.
Yeah, they're
they
still
posted
around.
furry and erotic comics.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's some of the stuff they used to publish.
Yeah, I know. I'm very intimate and knowledgeable in their catalogs.
And
Oh, yeah.
Pagan, yes, I agree. Yes, leave Phoenix Command Twilight 2000 out of this.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that because after seeing Phoenix Command and Fatal, I,
mean,
just kind of went, yeah,
if you're gonna
this
go
is
full
fucked.
edgy, just say Mein Kampf, Turner Diaries, Day of
Siege.
the Rope, ML Barker's stuff. Do that actually if you want.
MLP, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Might is Right.
Ghost
Black
Division
Book
by
of
Sabaton.
Satan.
Oh, they've sullied Sabaton as well. Fantastic. Oh, and Xenogears too.
Get Sabaton out of your
Are
fucking
you
mouth.
kidding me? No! Oh, I can't pull up because my computer right now, but this years. No! No!
Expected themes. A mixture of military action and comedy, a middle ground between the 10 series of most World War II media and the heroic fun pulp style action movies and comedies.
Yeah,
As the
because
Nazis!
No, because when I think
Yeah.
of comedy, I think of playing a member of the Durlawanger Brigade as I'm about to go ravage a small Russian village.
Oh, I love Come and See. That scene right at the end, that's a comedy as they're doing that thing, as they're burning those people alive in the church. They were all laughing.
Yeah, remember all the people that were crying as they were burning alive from white phosphorus in Spec Ops: The Line? That shit was hilarious. That was on par with Gallagher
also-
smashing a
Also,
watermelon.
I like this
Adam.
here. They say inter-party fighting should not take place. You're playing the Nazis.
Oh my
That's
god,
the
dude.
whole thing.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah,
Blake?
this
Dude.
is.
Oh.
About to say too, that's like the same shit that was said in like a lot of like the leftist books we talked about too. He's
Of
just
course.
saying, no, you can't show bipartisan. Damn it. Also, I just wanted to say too, but Adam, have you considered that the bombing of Dresden was bad, and therefore the Allies are just as bad?
Oh, this is my favorite section. Despite the setting, the game should not focus too much on themes of overt hatred.
You're playing as literal fucking Nazis.
That one, by the way, that got their
Yeah.
limits
No.
wrong.
No. You see, they're the good Nazis, you know, because of their righteousness. That's how they were able to win this war.
Because they're furries.
Yeah, it's different this time.
Angel Arroyo, are they trying to do Hogan's hero stuff? No. Because remember, Colonel Klink and Sergeant Schultz were not Nazis. They were members of the Wehrmacht, and the entire thing was neither of them were actually support. In fact, I think Schultz, like when they interviewed, Schultz was an SPD man, which is why he was relegated to the backwaters of Stalag 13.
Now, have you considered maybe in this universe that they were able to enact the Madagascar plan, and that's why they were able to win this war?
Oh, we'll get to that.
You say
we'll
that,
get to what
but
they
you
do to
say
my
that,
people.
but the Jewish stand-in are on an island nation now.
We will get to my people later. I wasn't prejudice exists in the Reich, but life is more modern in 1959 compared to 1935.
They have an Einsatz group in Mechanic, by the way.
The same year the Nuremberg laws were passed. Mocking someone for their species or orientation is fine, as using stereotypes, but only a psychopath would kill people they don't like simply for existing.
There's mechanics to get instantly killed by Einsatzgruppen if you play certain species. I'm not even kidding. They're going to a few hundred pages refute this when we get to the mice.
Oh no.
Because hey, remember mouse? Well, let's be edgy and just use that as our stand-in for a certain ethnicity and religion.
What?
So here's the mechanics, and this is I'm actually surprised they're using double column because I think most of the book doesn't do this.
If Steiner was a furry, his attack would have succeeded. Probably that too.
He would have had the heart of a lion.
Could someone edit Downfall to have Hitler in like a really crappy wolf cosplay suit?
No, it's the carpet sample fursuit.
Yeah, it's the carpet sample fursuit, and it's like a multicolored wolf nightmare.
after the
And his
war.
voice lines are muffled, like he's shouting from inside the
Pretty sure
suit.
we could get some furries who just do that for free.
Now, I'm actually curious when it comes to the Hitler question. Did they just say, "Oh yeah, Operation
We will
Valkyrie
we will
succeeded,"
get
We'll
to
have
the
to figure it
lore.
out.
We have to get through the gameplay first.
Okay.
So the basics suck because they don't. Here's the thing: there's not hand-holding people who just learn how to play, or just people who are familiar. But they, in the third paragraph, give examples of games of play, of style of play. This is dog shit. This is not how you do this. Oh, by the way, Flag of France, the Reich's closest ally.
Oh, that's not good.
Burgundy.
Sometimes these
Listen,
dice pools will be modified by it assumes you already know the year zero system and doesn't give a shit.
I don't know the year zero system. Did we cover the year zero system when I was drinking?
Probably.
Alien. When we covered Alien the RPG, that's a heavily modified year zero system. There's also Mutant Year Zero. I believe there's a Savage World conversion kit for year zero. The problem I have with doing this is a very customizable system. This is a system that Twilight 2000 4th edition also uses. So you have to fucking explain because A, it's a system that changes very fucking differently depending on what game you're playing. And B, most importantly, do you want people to actually play your stupid furry Nazi game? If so, they
All
have
my
to
friends,
know.
all my friends love the furry Nazi game.
Oh yeah, I mean it was great the time I played that chicken French state supporter as I got killed on the outskirts of Stalingrad.
Tell me about this chicken.
Yeah.
Well, he
I like
died
the example of-
as he lived, screaming and incoherently in the dawn.
I like with the example of play that they start with Felix the Gestapo.
Oh, by the way, that's
You know.
also incorrect. It wouldn't be Gestapo that would be investigating people like this. It would be Orpo. It would be the actual German police at the time, the Orpo.
Adam, they
Wait,
should have
what-
consulted you for the
I thought
cultural
the
concerns.
Hold on. I thought the Gestapo was the police.
No, they were the secret police, comparable to NKVD.
Ah.
They were basically
There's
Team
a lot.
America, but for the
There's
Germans.
multiple different police organizations. In fact, the Orpo had their own private little army. I think they had 2 entire police divisions overall that could be mustered to the front if needed.
Also, I think I'm
There's
hearing
also
some
the
feedback
German
from you,
military
Adam.
police as well. There's a lot.
Yeah, the Reich's organization was an absolute clusterfuck because there were a bunch of like organizations with the like ministries with the same basic missions competing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have all your minions fighting, the strongest will win.
Well, also they can't fight you, which is
Yeah.
why you have the Panzer divisions attached to the army, Waffen SS Panzer divisions attached to the Waffen SS, and then you had the Luftwaffe Panzer division. Because yes, Goering had a tank division.
Why? What, was he
Because
gonna
he
make him
wanted
fly?
one. Because he wanted one. He also had entire divisions of infantry that were considered horrible by Russian standards and were usually bullied to shit and back because they were identifiable by their light blue-gray uniform.
All you just gotta know, my friend, is he dressed up as a Roman senator once. Nobody acknowledged it. He just did it.
I need the photograph. Someone, please tell me.
Come to our Discord, which is also linked into our stream if you want to see that photo. But
I need to
Prissy
see it.
Princess Cyanide is asking, closest ally is a funny term. Shouldn't it be Vichy France or the Pétainist regime? It would be called the French state. The official title for Vichy France was the French state. They barely explain what pushing rolls is because fuck you. You just got to read year zero by yourself. Assisted roll, fuck you. Fractions, if you ever have a fraction round down, that's why have a headline for that? It's one sentence.
Math hard.
Sometimes, especially in combat, 2 characters may have goals opposed to one another, such as shooting and not being shot. Oh, I hate how it's being written. In such a situation, both characters will make their roll, and the defender will subtract their number. It is the bare minimum that is needed to understand this game. Here's the
Given the talk
33rd
in the
SS
city-
Regiment, Charliang. Also known as the most elite of the Reich soldiers, despite being French. They weren't. They were scraping the bottom of the barrel, and these were the diehards because France was rapidly falling apart, and they knew they would be fucking shot. because a lot of collaborators were shot during 44. Here's the horrible example of play. Oh, and here is this propaganda poster that was slapped together and is making me uncomfortable.
Avenging our people. Isn't that a Greek building?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think this is supposed to be Italian.
I'm doing my part. So there's the Starship Troopers reference.
Well, here's my problem with that. So, okay, we're going with Nazi stuff. This is supposed to be like a girl, right? I can't tell because
Yeah.
the art's bad and this is furry shit.
Mhm.
This is a girl, right?
I don't know.
So traditionally, I mean, you could do the Wolfenstein thing because there was the elite guard that were dressed in like fucking spandex and shit. You could go that route, but traditionally, because this is the thing that this is if you actually look at like what current grifters do, uh, the woman should stay in the house and pop out kids. This could mean many things because of this.
Let's see. Then we got the combat.
Oh yeah, we're
term,
already out of chapter 1. Fuck you if you want to know actually the mechanics.
Area of effect attacks, multiple floors. If you're flying, if you're a species.
Oh, by the way, they stole the ambush rules wholeheartedly from Twilight 2000.
Oh, very much. Yep.
I would just like to say too, I was looking through inspirations again. Fucking Front Mission 5 is there.
Oh, of course it
Fucking
is.
mecha series I'm intimately familiar with, so there's going to be rules for mecha in here. Just you wait, baby.
I'm
Oh, and
very
look at-
curious.
Oh, and look on. Also, I believe it's formatted so that the page number is at the top of the page.
Yes, it is.
Because if you look at page 11 and the bottom of page 11, oh, look, the Totenkopf.
Oh, we're going with the Totenkopf?
Yeah.
Let's look at the Totenkopf. The Totenkopf was a popular symbol for uniforms, which lead to some soldiers to question if they're the bad guys because we're trying to be funny. Haha, we're not serious about this epic meme.
It's a reference.
Millennial writing is the cancer that's destroying creativity.
Are these wait, hold on. Are these millennial Nazis?
They were inspired by stuff from the 90s, so yeah, probably.
They're
Team
ironic.
America World Police. Team America World Police is listed as an inspiration imp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're a millennial?
Oh yeah, Prissy Fritz. Why is it a human skull? Why isn't it like a wolf skull?
Oh, you're right.
You could have done that.
Because they just got fucking stock art and slapped it in.
Oh, that's stock art. That's the actual symbol.
It's just the traced symbol
Now,
from
Adam,
SS Totenkopf Division.
Have you considered in this post world, because we were able to have amazing Nazi science, we were able to splice human DNA, wolf DNA, and that's why we have furries now.
Is it bad?
The future communism took from us.
No, you just gave me the worst image of like you have this strung out Hitler, like who's dying of Parkinson's. We have finished the machine, mein Führer, and he goes in and he comes out as the wolf girl he was born to be, wearing the fucking uniform.
That's the good ending to World War II.
Girl Hitler, progressive.
So in this world, do you think there's like a subculture of people who dress up as like furries who dress up as humans?
Oh, that's fantastically cursed.
They have their skin sonas. They're called skinnies.
I'm a black guy. I've always believed to be a black guy. Let's see. Keep going on.
Yeah, this is just mostly
I like
apes from...
here. The Reichslander can be seen adorning many government buildings across the Reich, France, and Italy. Oh, so Mussolini got taken over.
Well, I mean, they basically did.
British volunteers in the Reich tend to wear the old symbol of their nation's fascist party, showing the lightning bolt of the British Fascist Union.
Which,
no
by the
parties
way,
exist
never
now that
actually...
there's an absolute monarchy.
Okay. How did they succeed on Sea Lion?
We'll have to find out.
Because they were actual sea lions.
I mean, that's not the worst idea.
Oh, wait, page 17. Critical injury chart.
Before then, Pagan Pilot points out that Operation Darkness was an SRPG on the PSP where it was allied werewolves versus Nazi vampires.
That sounds a lot better than this.
Much better than this. I also, don't you like how they have to explain all of these symbols to us?
Although, wouldn't it make more sense that the Nazis were the werewolves? Because, they have
Ho-
the
ho-
werewolf division plan, and
Hellboy.
was
Yeah,
like
actually, wait.
wolf too?
Hellboy inspired. Remember the Himmler one where he tried to summon vampires for Hellboy?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
how could they have a werewolf division? Are they just other furries that transform into wolves?
No, the werewolf idea was plans for like a guerrilla resistance group after the Allied invasion. That wasn't really.
Essentially, they were supposed to. It was supposed to be an insurgency, but it never really got off the ground because most people recognized the writing on the wall, and the
Mhm.
diehards were mostly sent east to die to fight and delay the Soviets.
Yep. So
While on
page
vacation,
17
oh, they give
here.
another example. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to get more to some of the mechanics here of, hey, it's playable on a D6 system, so let's see how we get percentages using D6.
Oh boy.
Roll 2d6, subtract 2 to get the tens digit. Roll 2d6, subtract 2 to get the ones digit. If both are 10, you rolled 100. If both are 0, you rolled 1.
Okay, here's my rebuttal to this. A, it doesn't work. This doesn't work at all.
Why not?
Oh no, it does, but it's really
It's just use a D100.
no. Here's my rebuttal. D66 injury chart. Alien the
You're
RPG
right.
used a D66. Roll 6. That's your what 1 to that's your 1 to 6. Then the other 6, 10 to 60. Just do a D66 roll. That's easier and requires less steps.
You're right. Let's see. Status effects.
Oh, and you know the other reason why this is stupid? Here's the other problem. They give you the percentile dice rating, but because of how they orient and how they kind of arrange this, you could easily D66 this. You could easily D66 this. You know, like you get a result of like 11, that's just a bleeding face, and 66 is instant death. Well, 66 plus. And then they have different. They also have different injuries, which I believe are mostly stolen from other books.
I'm just looking at the combat rules. Can't wield a two-handed weapon, and you can't shoot a two-handed weapon while in melee. Sad.
Why not?
You should be able to. It would just be a horrible idea.
It just says you can't.
Also,
your
status
suppressive fire.
effects. They just give you the details about it, and it's just. I like how they couldn't even make the critical table chart interesting.
Well, because that's very yicky, and we don't want our personas to be killed in graphic detail.
Yeah, no, instead we want to promote
shows-
the Waffen SS.
Oh yeah, broken
Yeah.
neck, recovery time 5 days. Nazi super science. Technically, you can only talk. Also, oh no, they do say you are dead in a couple of spots.
Yeah.
I was
that's
like,
Look at
were
that,
they too cowardly to talk about dying? That would have been funny.
I don't know if you noticed, but like on page 14 too, because they're spreading their fucking lore and the state of the world like around through like the rule book. So yeah, that's fucking great. But yeah, just saying, British volunteers in the Reich tend to wear the old symbols of their nation's fascist party. It exists now that it's an absolute monarchy.
Yeah, we
Because
mentioned
Oswald
that a
Mosley-
bit earlier.
Because Oswald Mosley was a
Mosley, yeah, he tried to go up to Parliament. It's like, okay, you have to take over now. And they say, get fucked, loser. Monarchy's still in. And they all
Also
laughed
that
at him.
also that it somehow became an absolute monarchy in
So
the
there's no parliament
20th
anymore.
century.
Yeah, but Hitler wasn't a monarchist.
Yeah, actually, one of the
He
things
wasn't-
he tried to do
He
was
wasn't
to
a
prevent it.
Rexist. Yeah.
No, Rexism doesn't require monarchy. Rexism is more of a corporate style fascism, which is based on like Christian
Oh.
social teachings. So no. He always played motions at Monarchy, but at the end of the day, he had no interest in ever restoring it, and he basically just kind of led people along until he was in power. Mosley, on the other hand, he would have supported the monarchy. Like, that was one of his weird things, you know. I think he
I'm
only
very happy to
started
hear.
espousing a republic just because he was on the outs at most.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is stupid. So here's more agitprop.
But what page are we on? Because I've just been looking at all this amazing furry art.
I don't blame
20.
you. This page 20 furry art, which is
And see, character creation. Same thing
Go to the auto.
as your year 0. Allocate attribute points, allocate skill points. Instead of class or whatever, it's species.
what were
I
you
just-
almost destroyed by?
I just want to point out how like the art styles in these posters do not match. Like you have like the realistic detail background, and then you have the fucking shitty deviant art OC.
That's not even
slapped
shaded,
over
by
it.
the way. This
They were
art's
they're
art's
desperate, is
expensive.
what is-
Bought the flat art. You couldn't even afford the shaded art. You got the flats. You got the second
Look at-
cheapest colored option.
You got to look at it like this, my good friend. Who the f- is going to want to, even if they're being paid, want to be a part of this? They're looking for the desperate and insane. He has his ragtag group of retards here, and it's what he can get. All right.
Here's my rebuttal to
Even
this.
wanted to do this.
Here's my
I would
rebuttal
say-
to this. This, by comparison, is much tamer than some of the really fucking weird porn that an artist can get commissioned.
I would be honest with it. Just AI generate this shit.
Look,
Maybe
I
what?
might be,
the
I might be a
background is.
lolicon scat. I might be a lolicon scat fetishist, but at least I'm not a Nazi.
Also, I think that the character was squished to match it to the page. I think character was originally a little wider because the aspect ratio feels a bit off for the character.
Let's
Oh,
see.
and here's sub attributes. So this is where they put their effort in. They have hero points, health, which is brutality times 10, and morale, which equals authority. Don't worry, there's also social credit score. That's step 5.
Because that was relevant in the Nazis. A
Step
concept
3,
that
you
didn't
also
exist
select
until the
your
21st
species.
century. Oh, and then you have your class, which is restricted by your social credit score. A character with less than 5 will be barred from service and either executed by the state or interned in a work camp for the rest of their life.
Yep.
You must roll a new character or adjust their stats so they qualify for the private role.
Oh, and also, I think this is actually the party flag. I don't think this is the actual flag of Nazi Germany.
Wait, is the circle with the swastika off center?
It is.
It is off center, and on top of that, I'm pretty sure this is the party flag. This isn't the state flag.
Wait, what's the difference between the party and the state flag then?
Almost nothing, but I think
Legal?
in official reckoning, it was still the red, what was it? The black, white, red.
Like a different color? Maybe it's a different color red. Because I'm noticing here that the Danzig regiment, the red feels like it's different. Also another human skull.
Why bother?
Oh.
Why bother putting a wolf skull instead?
They're the only Polish force remaining in Europe. Oh, so we know what happened to the Poles.
Fucking.
But don't worry, guys. It's much nicer than it was in 1935.
Where are all the
No,
Polish people?
They all got killed by the commies. That's what happened. It was the commies that did it. Yeah, they
Yes.
invaded, right?
Oh, also, here's another one. Interned in a work camp for the rest of their life. Aw, a place where you concentrate undesirables to get some minimal amounts of effort out of them until they drop.
Things are better now than they were in 1935.
What a bunch
Now
of
we can
pussies.
put everybody in death camps.
What a bunch of pussies.
Right.
Commit
So
to the
I
bit.
really want to get to. I want to get to the social credit score because I want to make sure it all comes up. MCrit can still be MCit can still be a gay Jew serving the Nazis. We need to make sure he's able to play this game.
True. If we were applying game logic, we might have to actually legally destroy you. Oh, no, he can't because mechanically he'd be a mouse.
Okay.
My start with a -10 automatically.
And
I'm
So,
not even
let's see.
kidding. This is an in the rule thing. We'll get to it eventually.
We get, what is it? Your attributes: brutality, authority, reliability, and mentality.
So you're a half crate. So this is supposed to be a comedy, right? Why are you basically making a roided out penance legion led by a commissar in 40K?
Because that's what this guy
the
thinks the
wacky
Nazis
brigade.
are.
We're the wacky brigade.
This feels like one of the worst ideas for a manga yet. I can't believe that my commander of the Durlawanger brigade could be this cute. Or you get this like complete psychopathic crazy.
Durlwanger with that sexy smile.
Wait, what would Durlawanger's persona be?
What's the honey badger on meth? That
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
What's the
I
most?
was
Wait,
thinking
hold on. What's the most rapey animal out there?
duck.
Penguin.
Duck.
Penguin.
But yeah, we gotta think. Yeah, he's a duck.
I'm going quackers for partisan suppression.
Rapidly begins unspiraling
Sucker
his
suck it.
barbed utensil.
Sucker and succotash. Another inclusive vision.
I'm despicable. As you hear people crying as they're burning alive in the building. I'm despicable.
The Duckler Wanger Legion.
And they're all Ansera forms. You got duck, geese, swans, like the most violent, psychotic animals.
Grizzled rapist swan just.
No, grizzled rapist swan just like drags a person and drowns them in the lake. Soon we'll meet together in the next life. It pets their head as they die.
I can't believe I've been isekai into my own personal furry Nazi hell for all eternity. Please help me.
And you just see the expression on his face, and it's like Paranoia Agent, where they're all laughing. Like you can see something's broken in the dude's brain, but he still has to smile. Jesus. We have to talk about the life standard of Carl Donuts. Oh, Carl Donuts is the Fuhrer.
what?
You know what? Do we want
No,
to
and
skip
it's
all the
not the
fucking
furrer.
stats? Like all the there's all these different skills, but it's basically manipulation, violence, all the things the Nazis are good at.
Can you commission my character to wear a miniskirt and also have boobs the size of her head? Yeah, thank you, furry artist. I'm gonna put her on top of a landscape postcard that we found on Google. That's fine. This'll art.
Although, page 38 here. The 29th SS Italiana are some of the few respected Italian soldiers.
Hey, it's the Hitlerjugend. They're some of the most talented survivalists you can find and tend to rise through the ranks quickly. They are also little psychopaths. Women are welcome to serve in the military now, but must wear this patch on their uniforms. Nordland divisions. They put all this effort talking about like the different patches of like actual historical figures in the Nazi part.
Again, I'm pretty
and none
sure
of it is focused on anything that's actually useful for how to play this game.
I'm pretty sure we have more hate symbols here than the ADL has.
Yeah, I think so. Also, you like the absolute wasting of pages because they made the font size for this so fucking big. Also, they're centered.
33. The 36th SS Derlinger Division are some of the Reich's top stealth specialists and the most feared by enemy forces.
The Ducklawanger Division lives! It's an army of rape ducks!
By enemy forces, they mean unarmed civilians, because the Derlinger Brigade could not actually fight against, actual
So did this guy even play Hoi 4?
No. I think he was. I think it's just Wikipedia and like weird goon sessions using Hugo Boss
Wikipedia would
uniforms.
tell I think if he even went to an anti-Semite's website, he would know that they were brutal, but they deserved it.
Angel Arroyo, the submarine guy's in charge. Yeah, apparently Carl Donuts is like some. I have no idea what the Germans are supposed to be in this. Also, isn't it a bit fucking weird isn't it a bit fucking weird? These are real historical figures that were just artificially changed into furries for whatever reason.
Yeah, that is like they didn't even do like a cute thing where they changed the name or try to make it a pun, like
Carl
Doberman.
Dolphin.
Carl
Carl
Dolphin,
Doberman.
Carl Doberman, and he's like in a dolphin suit. Not because he's not because he's like a double level furry, but that's like their version of scuba gear. Is just you're wearing
Oh my
dolphin
God.
suits for some reason.
Adam, I went ahead. We were talking about what would Oscar Weiler's persona would be. I found it out. I spoiled myself. Did you want to know now, or did you want
No,
to?
we're
no,
gonna
we
find.
will
We
get
need
to
to
it.
witness it later.
Oh God, no, 40. There's a watermark on the art.
Oh, you see,
So before then,
that
there's the
amazing?
Special SS Division Romanov, which is made up of elite white Russian immigrants to the Reich.
So
Which I don't know why you're using the Romanov unit, because there's actually so here's the fun thing. There's like 3 or 4 different Russian divisions that were attached to the Waffen SS, also Ukrainian.
yeah,
There's that one
I think
guy
there
I
was
know
a
from
Belarusian
TNL.
regiment as well, and there was also the entire Baltic units.
Simon, you expect
The
the
Werewolf Division, Human Skull.
Simon, you expect the Nazi woke furries to not be wrong in all way? I
The
mean, I would
few
think they'd at
respected
least get
Italian
some of it
soldiers.
right.
Are you kidding me? These are your few respected Italian. Here's the thing: Italian soldiers, when they actually were commanded well, they actually fought pretty fucking well. It was their officers and the fact that they had horrible resource shortages that fucked them.
I
Keep
think
in
the
mind,
Italians.
there also were actually good Italian units, like the Bergsaglieri. Like their Alpine divisions were actually pretty good.
I feel
All
like
right,
the
so
Italians went the way of the Jews in this setting.
Probably.
hopefully,
I mean,
I
there's
say
no
this
way.
is
I
proud
mean, think about
Italian.
it like this: the Italians didn't have Hugo Boss to make uniforms that you want to be tied up with and hit with, because that's what's causing this. It's purely
All right,
because
so
of the
Adam,
design.
all right, so I see we're not talking much about the skills. So obviously that means they're brilliant, right?
Oh, by the way, here's the art that on page 40 that we were making fun of. It does have a watermark.
You can commission them later.
So if you want to
Isn't it beautiful?
if you have a pregnancy fetish, here you go. You can commission this person.
Rebuild,
I'd pump.
reduce, repopulate. We have
need
the
to-
weapon. We have the machinery. We need soldiers.
We need to
Well,
repopulate
let's
because
see.
Wait, no, we need to repopulate because we kept sending our men into Russia in the winter. Please help.
You know, maybe Nazi Germany would have helped me, get a trad wife. Maybe
Oh,
it
the
is a bad
birds
thing,
and the.
though.
Well, before we get into that, I do want to make one big shit post. There is an actual conspiracy I remember, and it's a really funny one, that Hitler was Judaism's strongest soldier. Because through his antics, he is responsible for giving them a homeland and making it so that they could not be fucking criticized for the next 100 years because of what the fuck he
No,
he
he
did.
isn't.
He isn't at all. I'm just making it a
No.
joke. I have heard actual far right people use that as an
The
excuse.
the Jews in Israel. Some of them wanted to work with Hitler.
Oh yeah, the
Not
Sterner gang.
a few. Sterner, but it's like, they would have gone to war with Great Britain on their own.
So what you're saying is,
They just got a lot of
we would-
reinforcements because, well, not a lot of them alive in Europe anymore.
so what you're saying is the Jews have their cake and eat it.
Oh yeah,
Process.
did you expect the furries to not have sex mechanics? Let's get into the sex
of course.
mechanics.
Yeah, we have to. This is
Struggle!
So all characters are assumed to be heterosexual unless they take the homosexual trait.
Are you kidding? Okay. Okay, this is dumb.
No gay people.
This is dumb
We need the
for
homosexual-
many reasons. 1, Ernst Röhm. 2, furries are like 1/3 gay, my guy. Suffa.
1/3.
Yeah, at least 1/3. A third are also bi.
Yeah,
In our world, STDs don't exist in our setting.
so you can't get the
No.
you can't get
So you
furry
can
AIDS.
fuck all the women you please. Rape. There's no problem with that.
Nazi super
Unlike
scientists.
our world, unlike our world, STIs do not exist in this setting.
Wait.
I can't-
Will it fit? Will it fit? Not all
What?
species can easily accommodate all others. If two species have sex, you must compare the maximum brutality. Oh God, this is where the fatal comes in.
Roll for
If
anal
the man's
success
is
for-
higher, the woman will take 10 times the difference as damage to her health. She may roll endurance to reduce this by 10 for each success.
10
The woman's
times the
higher,
difference is so you could just
I can split a woman in half with my cock.
Duckwanger.
Literally.
The
You
Duckwanger
could do
division
a
is now
goose
much
goosh.
more terrifying.
All right, the struggle snuggle. Sex happens, and only you're the only party involved is interested in taking part. In situations like this, it's referred to as a struggle snuggle.
Oh,
Oh.
this is a consent accident.
Yeah.
The aggressor can't be male or female. We don't judge. Will need to succeed on an opposed melee combat in order to successfully grapple their prey. Grappled, the aggressor may then roll an opposed melee combat their defender to disarm them into clothing if they have any. The next turn, assuming the target is still grappled, they may then proceed to have sex with the target with no roll needed.
Oh, that
Hey,
No, before we do
Ron,
it,
hey, Ron Edwards. You want sex in your RPGs?
we found one.
The thing is, I think I like Fatal's sex mechanics better because they're just so fucking insane.
They're
This is
insane,
just
but
like-
also thought out. By the way, here's another one. Guide von Dudesign actually noted something. The will it fit mechanic only applies if they're hetero. So if you're a dude, you could just take like something 10 times your size and not die at all. You don't have to care.
Right.
You don't have to care.
Much like
Oh, well, hold on.
Much
If a
like-
member of the opposite sex sleeps with someone who has the homosexual talent, whether willing or not, the homosexual begins to convert back to normal.
Convert back to
If this happens on 3 separate days in the same week without them sleeping with a member of the same sex during this time, they will lose the homosexual talent and regain the social and it can be done in reverse.
you can struggle,
Right.
correct them.
You just need to rape somebody 3 days and they turn gay.
It works just like my Japanese anime.
Take the knot, Donitz. Take the fucking knot.
I just want
it
to point
can't
out this, Jim. That is not to say that there is a stigma about sleeping around outside your own species. Quite far from it, in fact. Across all cultures, it is perfectly acceptable to sleep with, love, and marry members of other species.
that. So
So
I
these
think
are
we can-
They're
Nazis.
They're woke.
I think we can prove that you can't pray the gay away with the power of Catholicism and Nazism.
No, you just need to rape it into them.
The worst fucking thing, man.
No,
I think it's like infuriating. I think it's infuriating too is the fact that it's like he's half-assing this.
well, no. What he's doing is he's ham planning it. Struggle snuggle is something that he would say.
Okay, like struggle. Okay, that's funny, but like
Can we fix it?
go into like
Can we correct?
he doesn't go to like 30 fucking pages on like sex mechanics. Like if he wanted to be shocking about it, he's just like passing the shock value of
Oh,
this.
there
and it kinda
might be
pisses
another
me off.
page. There might be another page. Oh no, they just.
Nope.
Oh, but come on! You already decided to include mechanics on correcting someone from being gay to being, in your own words, normal. Why don't you have horrifying fetish mechanics? Fatal does. Fatal has a lot of them.
That's why it's memorable.
Welcome to our palate cleanser episode, everyone.
So, we can also make our own species.
Oh, finally, I can play a Sardinian doll coming back from the dead as a caveman.
Be warned, they may not fit into the universe. Oh, great. So guess what? I'm going to play as an orc.
Hey, what's all this then?
Can't be raped, don't want to rape, and we'll just kill everybody.
I'll play as a cockroach.
Can I play as a hedgehog? Oh, I hope I can play as a hedgehog.
There might be hedgehog
Yeah.
in here. We don't know.
But
But what
let's
was-
start with the first race. Alligator.
I could not
Yay.
tell this was an alligator. This looks like a standard This looks like a gecko.
Not
Yeah,
native in
same.
Germany. They took part in the North Africa campaign. Let's see. Let's look at their famous alligators to get an understanding. President Jefferson Davis, President Andrew Jackson, Uncle Remus,
Wait,
and
what?
Antonio de
What?
Cadillac.
What?
Wait.
They love Italian beaches and spicy Cajun food. They're Southerners.
But they took part in the North Africa campaign and alligator. Oh no.
Next, canines.
Before we do, alligators are also found in parts. These should also be partially, not necessarily Mexican, but like Central and South American too.
Also Indochina.
Is anybody else?
Indochina.
Is anybody else having an? Is anybody else having an existential fucking crisis at Remus fucking alligator world?
Uncle Ruckus the alligator.
No. Is it Uncle Ruckus or supposed to? Who the fuck is Uncle Remus?
I think that's from Uncle Tom.
He was. No, Uncle. I know this because
Uncle Remus
or
was
Uncle from.
Brer Rabbit stories.
Oh my god!
Song of the South.
So wait.
Zippity doo dah, zippity day.
Wait.
I'm gonna rape all the gay away.
Ah!
So wait, the alligators are black, but then they also led the Confederacy.
Oh no, they're also white. They're all Southerners. Because they don't understand that crocodilians can be found outside of America. Because you really think they put any fucking effort into this, boy?
I have work early in the morning, but this calls for a fucking drink, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, why do you think I got extra libations for tonight, and not all of it's clean?
No.
Next,
I'm not gonna.
Canine.
I'm gonna regret what I'm gonna have to do here.
canines.
They're
Oh, look at that-
brachiocephalic! It's pugmaxed!
Look at that cute little Nazi as they're about to just murder a bunch of innocent people.
That's a
in
member of
shuttle.
that's a member of the Chinese New Model Army Division, because that's the uniform color, the style helm, and the wrappings. That is Chinese Army. That
How
is
the
Chinese
fuck do you know this?
National Revolutionary Army.
Yeah, they didn't answer. How the fuck do you know this?
Autism.
One of my hyper focuses was the warlord period of the 20th century China.
So, let's see. Famous canines.
Actually,
You're Adolf Hitler.
it could also be hypothetically South America, because I think Chile has a similar dress code.
Sir Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, and Rudolf Hess.
So wait. So okay. Hitler's obviously a wolf. Churchill's obviously a bulldog.
Yeah, he's got a bulldog.
What?
The fuck is Lincoln?
Well, what would Lincoln be?
Great Dane.
He'd be
have
a greyhound.
Great
a
Dane.
greyhound. Or Great Dane. Great Dane. Yeah. And what the fuck would Hess be?
Malinois Shepherd,
Maybe.
because they're kind of damaged in the head.
Then we have big cats like Shaka Zulu.
Yeah. We're not going to go into details about all of them.
No, listen, we're an hour in.
Yeah, and that means we have 5 hours to go.
Oh no.
I do want to go over the species because some of them get funny.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, it's not uncommon to see big cats bossing others around and winning elections. Get it? Fat cats.
So the famous big cats include General Alexander Samsonov, Shaka Zulu, Montezuma II, and Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism.
What?
The very first Sikhs were, I guess, tigers.
Well, it should be too, if I remember correctly. Like the last name Singh really means like the lion, if I remember correctly. So with it, and that's how knowledgeable they are, Adam. You see, it's a reference that went over your head. He's so smarter than you. He's a cultured man that made this.
Bears. Russians.
Of course.
And Leif Erikson.
Yeah, of course. That's what I think of.
Bears would immigrate to the country if necessary due to being escaped criminals, enemies of the state, or captured in war.
Criminals.
Well, of course. Also, do you like how they don't really specify where they're found, like, relation-wise?
They're the embodiment of Bolshevism. I thought that would be the mouse.
Yeah, it should be. It should be, because the entire thing was Judeo-Bolshevik. Like, it's two. It's one half of the curse.
They work together. The mouse and the bear.
Let's see.
They're subverting our American way of life.
I actually
Yeah,
like. I really like Percy Francis's idea of who would be a borzoi. Would it be Stalin?
Oh,
No, he's
oh
a
no,
bear.
they're up later. They're up later.
Borzoi? No, it's Stalin.
I just really
Um,
wanted to. Well, Stalin's a bear, of course, but
Actually,
really big,
I'd like
really,
the. Go ahead.
really big missed opportunity to call it bearshivism.
Well, of course, they're not
No.
creative at all.
Fun fact, actually, I would actually my brozoids actually throw that into the Romanovs actually because believe it or not, there was actually a short-term plan by the Bolsheviks to actually kill the brozoids actually because they were seen as a status symbol of the elite actually back in the day.
Yep. Also, here's my other problem with this weird choice. I'm just kind of regionalizing them based on country. They've accidentally gotten rid of Slavic people because it's pretty clearly hinted because they also included the Nordics into this. I don't know why they included the Viking. I know why they included the Vikings because berserkers, bare-shirted.
Mhm.
But by doing this, they're accidentally saying, "Oh, well, you see, Russia was just colonized by the Germans and Durlawangered into existence." They're all technically actually Nordics. That's kind of the implication when you do that.
I know we already talked about it, but I just can't get over the fact. Yeah, they outright said Hitler. He
Also,
was a
yeah,
dog.
why do you have a bayonet when you're like 8 feet tall and you can just choke a bitch with your hands, with your big bare hands?
If you just
Because
skewer,
knives are cool.
Actually, think about the size of that rifle in this dude's hands.
Yeah, that thing's like that thing would be like a 50 cal.
That's another. Oh god, I don't think they even thought about the size differences, to be honest.
No, this is furry logic.
let's
They're
see
all the
here.
same size.
Yeah,
Next,
it gets worse.
next, rhinos. Originally encountered as enemies in North Africa, but they also hail from the old English colonies of South Africa and Rhodesia, now collectively known as New South Bavaria.
They
Yeah,
speak English, you idiot.
And
Rhodesia
some of
is
the
mostly
Rhode-
English colonized. No.
and some of the Rhodesians that never died are King Mansa Musa, Nelson Mandela, Emperor Haile Selassie, and boxer John Johnson.
I don't think
Oh, so the
rhinos were
rhinos are-
actually found in West Africa, though. They might be. I could be completely wrong. I'd have to double check. I'm not familiar with like wildlife in Africa. Not
think they were
completely.
found
I
throughout.
look
Oh.
things up out of curiosity. They might be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're on the Savannah and Sahel, but I always interpreted them as being more Eastern oriented, if you know what I mean.
Then we have rabbits.
What a QT. I like her. I wish I was her so I could fight for Hitler.
Pipkin Pippa, what are you doing here?
Pip, no!
Oh
Apparently, Empress Catherine the Great was a rabbit.
That explains
They
how
didn't
she
make her a
died from.
horse?
That explains how she died from getting by a horse.
The
Yeah.
horse.
That, by the way, that's a
Struggled.
myth.
Yeah. And Martin Luther
I
was a
think so.
rabbit.
no. The priest, right? Not the,
Yeah.
the black man.
He's got
What's up?
90. He got 99 children, but only 95 theses.
What's up, Jew? Or what's up, priest?
Oh.
You know this. You know what this means. You can blame rabbits for having hate crimes against the mice because Martin Luther really amplified the anti-Semitism of Germany because Luther.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did.
So you can blame rabbits for this.
And then we have small cats like Queen Cleopatra, Gregory Rasputin, Heinrich Kramer, and Vincent van Gogh.
So when they say small cats, do they mean house cats or do they mean like actual different species
Yes.
like forest?
They have a stigma against them for being lazy, difficult to work with, and always wanting things on their own terms. Yeah.
So they're too stupid to realize that pumas and cheetahs also count as small cats, as do servals and forest cats as well as swamp cats.
Well, those are big cats because they're cool and they can slice a human's throat.
Did you
That's
know
how
cheetahs
they
can
have
meow?
their.
Cheetahs and pumas can meow. It's because they have the same vocal cords as our house cats.
See, cheetahs are actually kind of sensitive towards humans. I noticed.
Oh
They're
yeah,
very chill.
Oh yeah, cheetah don't see us as prey at all. And in fact, they actually kind of like us to the point where we could hypothetically domesticate them if we wanted to.
I want one for home defense.
As the founding fathers intended.
Also in
skunks.
captivity, there's one more fun fact. In captivity, cheetahs often have support dogs. They're little anxious
Originally, look
wrecks,
down.
so
Right,
basically
so
the dogs help them calm down.
All right, so you wanted to know how the Nazis won World War II? Well, Originally looked down upon by German citizens, skunks earned their respect in the darkest days of Germany. In the famed Battle of Berlin, the main division, composed entirely of volunteer skunks from France, held back the Soviet horde long enough for Steiner's
Are you
forces to assemble
fucking kidding me?
against them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, he's just
Mitchell Adam.
retarded.
No, that's in the book.
I know. The author is just that retarded.
I am retarded, yes.
Steiner.
Oh, it's Pepe Le Pew.
Steiner wouldn't be able to do that.
Why did you put in the famous skunk? Why did you not put Pepe Le Pew?
They spent all their research looking up cool flags and symbols.
That actually pisses me off more. That pisses me off more than the weird attempts to try to be like, aha, look, we're edgy, but we don't talk about rape.
Inadvertently led to the relaxing of the Reich's policies on foreign species. These French volunteers, what may have happened.
Oh, by the way, if I was going to make the French, you know, I made the joke about rooster. It's because their national symbol is the chicken. Not because they're cowards, but have you ever seen a rooster throw down? They're fucking psychos.
Adam, Germany was able to win World War II if they had more Vichy French volunteers to help them in the last Battle of Berlin. And then Steiner would have came in, just like, you remember how it was like in Downfall of the movie where he says, we just got to help, Steiner comes in.
They're also apparently masters
I've seen
of war.
That. Yep. Next, though, Badger. English.
Yeah, that's one of the choices of all time.
Yeah. The fucking ethnicity parallels in this are so fucking weird.
They don't think it through at all.
No, they don't.
Okay, so it looks like the Badgers are the British.
But skunks are French, but skunks aren't native to France, I don't think. I think they're
It's
American.
Literally just because of Pepe Le Pew, yeah. Which the entire concept was that Le Pew, like PU. It's a joke.
Yep.
It's a pun. Next up, raccoons.
I mean, I don't think they would understand. Oh boy, raccoons. What are these?
Panko. Panko from Phase Connect. Why?
Why are the raccoons always like mafia?
Because
they look like bandits. Because they look like bandits.
Raccoons immigrated to Germany during the Great Depression and hoped that life would be much better in Europe than the Americans.
What?
But they've all taken up recurring fine bars. The military will typically be found doing covert operations behind enemy lines, dodging equipment and planting traps.
Oh wait, no, Panko's not a raccoon. She's a panda.
Yeah, raccoons being Bonnie and Clyde. Famous raccoons being Bonnie and Clyde, Pone, Rick Morris, and Martin James Monty.
That makes no sense.
Foxes.
Oh boy.
Foxes are a species originally covered in two separate.
And Kirsha, why?
Of course, well, no. Of course, fennec foxes are a different species. Of course, you can pick a different variation. Fuck you! They're dogs with cat. They're dogs with cat software. Piss off. They're not that special. Also, they. Have you ever smelled what fox pee smells like? It is horrible.
This fox is being Jenner Urban Rommel. Well, actually, he is the desert fox.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is a little clever.
That's not really. It's just taking the
that's just a pun.
It's clever for this book.
Why is Napoleon one though?
Because he's clever as a fox.
I don't think foxes are even. Are foxes?
Why is Frank Sinatra one?
I thought foxes were hunted to extinction on Corsica.
Well, that's why he moved to France.
This increases their social credit score by 5.
And also Marilyn Monroe, I know why. It's because foxes are very popular among furries because there's something in their brain that broke. I don't know what it was. It could have been the Disney Robin Hood. It could have been Zootopia. It could have been anything. But something broke in their brain. And they looked at the thing that goes and said, I'm a snuggle it, bish!
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm a wreck it!
Let's see. Next, eagles.
No, there's one more. No, there's one more because of the modifications. So there's a difference between fennecs and red foxes. Fennec foxes is a tactical genius without compare. Even though I don't even know, they probably are native to Africa. I don't care. But the
Yeah,
red
they are.
fox knows how to get on everyone's good side. Gain a +2 bonus to fuck. To the
It's
fuck
honestly
skill.
because Fennec is the desert fox. They're going like, oh, Erwin Remrold was the greatest tactical mind ever, so give him leadership.
Do you want to know what his
Yeah,
tactics were? Fuck
no,
it,
no.
we ball. That's literally how he
just
fought.
went,
Fuck it,
hi,
we ball.
friends. He just went, hi, friends. Fox
I like
it.
my friend.
Oh, hey, Eagles are
Right, now we're-
incompetent. Mussolini, what are you doing here?
Heirs to the glory of the
Julius
former Roman
Caesar.
Empire. Eagles were the greatest leaders of the ancient world, creating all united in history. In modern day, Eagles have fallen so far from grace that Italy was deemed too incompetent to lead itself, and they were informally barred from ever being in leadership positions again.
You are aware that
There's a
Eagles are
racial
also extremely popular as a symbol in Germany, you fucking moron. Right?
Oh, and America.
That too. You know what I would have? Oh, they don't even do the races right. Fuck.
Yeah. Can't even do racism right.
One race per country.
No, you don't even need to do that.
Let's see.
Have their
Next,
societies be the product of like whatever's in charge.
Next though, stout, Finnish. They're the Finnish.
Stoats? Oh yeah, they're a type of mustelid. Weasels.
Stouts are feared by anyone foolish enough to enter their territory.
And of course, their only understanding of the Finnish is Simone Heihe.
Also sauna houses.
San Aisai by what the fuck?
Hassani Sabah.
Fuck is this guy?
I think he was he was like a very early Muslim commander that I think was undefeated or
Under
something.
the Nizir Islami state. What's the fucking area?
Could you
repeat
that?
Did they just run out of Finnish people? It's like, let's throw
well, there's Timo Haiha, there's fuck it, Vasily Zaitsev. He's like that, right? Because sniper. Do you want to know how stoats hunt, by the way? They do this. You ever see like ferrets and weasels like do these weird like fucking dizzy dance flop around things?
Uh-huh.
The wiggle.
It's that weird wiggle that they like dance around. That's to confuse the shit out of the prey. And then they lunge forward. Like it's all to mask what they were actually doing. They're not. They shouldn't be long. They shouldn't be specialists in long sights. They're not that kind of guy. They have insane reflexes though, because one of their relatives, the mongoose, is more than capable of beating the shit out of fucking cobras.
This is San Aisai Bayes guy. Apparently, he was the founder of the Nizaria branch of Shia Islam.
Why was this guy involved?
I don't know.
Hey, there's my chickens. They're crying. They also are French.
White flag warrior, all that. Il ne pas pas.
By the way, piss off on that. That's not even what their uniform was. That wasn't what their uniform was at the time of World War II, you stupid motherfucker. That is an MAS. That looks to be a modified MAS 38. And they are wearing the 1914 field uniform with traditional rouge pantaloons, a uniform that was not actually used by the French in World War II. They had a different one, and they also had a helmet. This is this is a Zouave, which, by the way, the French were more than capable and very damn good at fighting in a lot of theaters. They were pretty good in Africa. They actually were the ones crazy enough to fight the Vietnamese for like 10 years before calling it quits after they tried to reinvade Indochina.
And then they said, America, look, communism, get them.
Yep.
That didn't end bad for anyone at all.
I find this absolutely insulting, and it is it is damning. It is damning that they don't understand that chickens will fight to the fucking nines.
Yeah. Like, there's reason that cockfighting is a thing. They're aggressive little fuckers.
Correct.
Yeah, like when France made a rooster their national symbol, that's not that they did that for a reason.
Speaking of which, Belgium also had that, the Wallonian rooster.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the chicken is one of the big symbols of France in general. It is known as the Gallic rooster. This is a joke. Speaking of joke, so we have dogs, right? We have canines, but we need Borzois because one of the creators really fucking loves Borzoi. and probably has an OC that they draw horrible amounts of porn of, or commission horrible amounts
was
of porn
right.
of.
Tsar Nicholas II is a Brazilian.
Also,
They're
Franz
the elite.
Ferdinand. And Kaiser
While landed,
Wilhelm.
while landing nobility and aristocratic titles were outlawed after the war of disgrace, World War I, a number of Bazois fled to Germany from the Soviet Revolution and were allowed to keep their titles.
Why?
Hey,
They didn't think of a plot, did they, when they wrote this?
No.
No.
Bazois on a whole are hottie schnobbis. Yeah, they're like rarity for My Little Pony.
Oh, speaking of
They're
which, they
beloved
only
by
know
the-
about Nikolai von Sternberg because of Kaiserreich.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't know who von Sternberg is otherwise.
I like Sternberg.
Yep.
He's my
Then-
Khanate.
Then we have squirrels. Hyperactive, small attention spans, and
Hey,
Robin
look!
Hood and Marco
Hey,
Polo.
look! It's the 1950s, and we have modern-day shitty haircut.
Almost like this
Again-
Polly was taken from somewhere.
Again, it's woke Nazis.
What are
this
you
is the
buying,
50s.
stranger?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Military squirrels are happy
go
to
ahead.
serve in whatever role they're getting drafted. Suited as paratroopers.
Yeah,
What
it's
now?
flying squirrels.
Yeah, paratrooper. Yeah, these fuckers are. These are the paratroopers. These fucking squirrels.
They should be birds. What the fuck is wrong with these idiots?
Oh no, flying squirrels?
No, I know, but they should also be like birds and bats.
Let's see.
Also,
Next,
famous
though?
squirrels include Robin Hood and Marco Polo for whatever reason. Oh, and Magellan and Lord Halifax for whatever fucking reason.
Well, you can tell this wasn't made by a true furry because if this was really Robin Hood would be a fox.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fake furry.
Correct.
These are furry tourists.
They're imposters.
Let's see. Armadillo. Can we
Oh,
trace
it's Nick
back?
Fuentes.
Yeah. Can we trace back to the Blue Legion who refused Spanish demands to return home?
Yeah.
Also, armadillos
you.
are a new world species. They're not
Yeah.
found in the old world.
Do you think these fuckers did any research on animal distributions?
I mean, if I was gonna write this fictive suicide note, I would have.
All right. So,
Then we
without
have-
looking at the famous
Yeah.
the famous armadillos, can you fucking get? Okay, so like it's all Mexican and Spanish. Fucking guess what the famous ones were? Fucking obvious.
Well, there's Hernan Cortez, El Cid, Presidente Francisco Franco, and Commander Antonio Navarro. I don't know the last
think-
one.
Really, you couldn't have done. Well, no, actually, you couldn't do Porfirio Diaz.
Well, no, because these are the Spanish. The Mexicans we covered earlier.
No, you're right. Yeah.
The big cats
Next-
were Mexicans.
Next,
for whatever
though,
reason.
we have rats.
Rant.
El Rata.
Oh, hey, look.
Scientists.
Hey,
They're
look.
scientists.
Dyed hair in the 50s.
Dyed hair and working on the what's that
Demon
nuclear
Core
experiment?
Assembly.
Demon Corps.
Oh
They're
God,
doing
I
the
wish I
joke.
was exposed to that now.
Rats.
Oh, and look at that: Leonardo da
There's
Vinci,
the rats.
John Moses Browning, Alan Turing, and Werner von Braun.
So, hey, do you like that the rats are actually the big? These are the big rats behind all the technology. Oh, and they're also Mormon, I guess.
I'm gonna say it. Why are the rats not the mices? Like, why are the rats not the Jewish stand-in? Because mices are cute.
Mouse, because mouse.
Yeah, mouse.
It's
It's literally
entirely
because of
because of
Mouse.
Mouse, the comic.
Yes, because it's a fucking comic.
Yeah, it's entirely because of that comic.
So here's how I would probably play. So here's the thing. First off, I would cut down the number of species by a lot. You can do expansion packs later. If you told me, hey, you need to write this horrible book, first off, I would say no. But then if I was forced to, limit the species and take in traits and common cultural perceptions of these characters. Rats are often seen as harbingers of plague, so I would actually have given them examples that were not positive, like Unit 731.
Mhm.
I would also make them prone to being part of the crime. Like you would have the mafia, like I would have a mafia don who was a rat, but you would also see like the technological sort, because their whole thing is they're quick-minded. That doesn't mean that they're good or evil with it.
They're always on the forefront of modern innovations. They're currently helping with the Wonder Wolfen programs. So these are the fuckers making like
The Wunderwaffe, the
Right.
weapons that are comprised of 29% metal, 85%, what was it, 80% plastic, and the rest made of piss because they pee everywhere.
No, they just squirt the musk of fear.
I mean,
yeah.
Like,
Don't be a bigot.
I mean, if this is supposed to be the Nazi setting, wouldn't the rats be the Jews? Because Nazi propaganda,
They were often
Mouse.
compared to rats.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mouse. I'm sorry.
I know
yeah,
why, but like
we
if
need
you're gonna
we
go,
need the reference.
Yeah. Next is the possum.
yes, my favorite marsupial.
Not native to Europe, which is why.
We're not driving their trucks in the mud as a form of entertainment or going hunting to pass the time.
They're
A
the
very
South.
intelligent and creative species.
Eugene
It's like-
Stoner, Richard Gatling,
This isn't
Henry
modern-
Ford, and General Robert E. Lee.
By the way, you can actually find these in parts of Mexico and Central America. There's also other possum species in South America.
Possums are.
Oh, by the
German
way, they
sea
spelled
possum is
possum
really
wrong.
stupid.
It's supposed to have an O in front.
And there's possums in Australia.
Wrong possum. This is a Virginia opossum.
Yeah.
You need to write it as opossum. Possum is a different species.
I
think it's a different
I will
genus.
say though,
Also, yes, this is
The
a fun
one
and
thing-
comedic setting.
the one thing I'll give to this, which is kind of funny, is if you get injured, you can immediately elect to play dead. That's kind of funny.
But yeah, Prissy Princess Cyanide points it out. Remember, this is a fun and comedic, silly setting. No need for anti-Semitic propaganda.
No, of course not. Ravens.
Oh,
Hieronymus
Himmler.
Bosch, Aleister Crowley, Heinrich Himmler, and John D. Why is Himmler not a chicken?
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that.
Such a missed opportunity.
Also,
Also, magic.
Wizard-
Magic. Looks like magic.
No, this has magic because reasons.
Next, bats.
Oh, they do have
Eastern
bats.
Yeah, Eastern European Nazis.
Dracula.
Even though we do know the devil is not to be mocked.
Wait.
Dracula did fight the Nazis.
Wait. I just want to go back to ravens. Nobody knows what raven.
Oh, they have
Were
their
they-
own nation.
but Raven,
Yeah, are they like the Swiss?
I guess it's
No,
fucking
they're
Burgundy.
even more advanced than Germany.
It has
so
it has to be Burgundia, cause Heinrich Himmler.
almost certainly.
Nobody knows what Ravens do in civilian setting, as nobody is allowed to visit their mountain fortress or nation. But rumors say they are more advanced than even the Reich.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a mixture of Swiss and Ordenstadt Burgundy.
Or it's Ordenstadt
You know.
Burgundy. Also, someone asked, Prissy Princess asked, why ravens for magic and not owls? It's very simple. For whatever reason, I think this is the only time they were ever fucking clever at all. Besides ravens being smart, they're often tied to Nordic mythology because Hunin and Munin, the two ravens on Odin's shoulder, one seeing the past, the other the future. Which that legend is also the inspiration for Cairo's Fate Weaver.
Oh. Never really
Keep
thought about
pouring
it
the
that way.
drink.
But
also bats
vampi-
drink blood, but that's only the vampire bat, which is native to Mexico. You fucking retard.
Which actually, that'd be fantastic because imagine
for reasons
like
not understood, tomatoes and their juices are also capable of setting a bat's hunger.
No, you don't understand. Because imagine if you picked like some really far right Mexican leader that like people don't think about. You show him holding a bottle of wine, and you
Nick
just
Fuentes?
like see a bunch of dead. No, from the 1940s and 50s.
Nick
Or like you
Fuentes'
go with some
clone?
tin pot dictator. Like actually no, I got it. I know it's the wrong region. I don't know if vampire bats are native to Paraguay.
Oh no, I get it. Bukele.
I would have gone with
Modern reference.
Alberto Stroessner of Paraguay. That would have been a pretty good one, I think.
And of course, Dracula is a bat.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tito's also a bat too. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Yugoslavia is
have-
run by
Garble.
a bat.
Then we have the Sergals, which are Greeks.
Oh, these things. How did he get?
You know, King Leonidas, Alexander the Great, Aristotle, and Helen of Troy. 4 different groups of Grecians that have no relation to each other.
So if you're wondering, Sergals, for those who are not familiar with furry bullshit, this is a unique race made by furries,
They're
like one
Spartans.
furry. And if I remember right, I don't think you're even supposed to have these because I think the guy who originally came up with them did a lot of copyright bullshit with them.
He copyrighted his fucking persona. Holy shit.
Well, he
Hold
copyrighted
on.
the species, and I think you have to have permissions. I might be confusing it with another unique furry race.
Yep, circles are a
Chikata?
copyrighted species created by 39, 2003, are not in the public domain. I mean,
Oh!
this
You
Somebody get this guy on the phone.
no, don't. But I will say
Yeah.
you probably should get permission.
Yeah.
all right, so
Yeah.
Also,
We're
you're
done with
not going to
advanced baggage.
include any of the interesting creatures that you can find in the Balkans for this one. Oh, and they're also Spartan lineages. They're all Spartans. Hey, did you know the Spartans rat fucked the rest of the Greeks by working with the fucking Persians until it was inconvenient for them?
Hey, did you
Did you
notice
forget that
of the
part?
yeah? Hey, did you notice that of the famous circles, 1/4 is Spartan? The rest are not. We have a Macedonian, we have an Athenian, and a Troy.
Oh, and they're all ancient because they couldn't think of Ioannis. What was it? Ioannis Metaxas.
No, it's Greece just means like old white pillars and 300, the movie.
Yeah,
Ow.
Greece has no other history.
This list is as disappointing as modern day Greece. Right, so we got circles. Oh God, these that
He
digit
plays
fucking
robots.
race.
Protojet.
Do you think? It's just
Well, no. Before we get to them, and you're cutting in and out, man, pretty badly now.
okay. Sorry.
There is
So,
one more thing I want to
reading
talk about before we go there. If you're gonna include your
Oh.
this stupid furry OC race, why the hell don't you like? Why not go even stupider? Have other examples, like have them also be like Albanian, like you have Skanderbeg on the fucking list, or alternatively, Muhammad Ali Pasha, the first Khedive of Egypt. Because remember,
All right,
the Kingdom of Egypt was founded by native Albanians who were appointed there as viziers.
Adam. So I was screaming about like how like fucking like because like this is the Sergo was a copyrighted species. I was thinking to myself too because like there was another one too. I knew it was like they were like some sort of like digital robot looking thing.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
sure
here
enough,
it is.
fucking yeah, fucking the protogen. So yeah, these fucking copyrighted race if I remember correctly.
Oh, I've never seen these ones. What the fuck are they?
The farms covered these fucking things a while ago.
Their head is similar to a television screen and displays a face to make them look friendly. Okay, so they're doing that stupid.
Yeah,
trope.
they're.
I
I think I hate these
2017.
more.
I do like this. Underneath their chin is a slot for inserting cassette tapes. These tapes are
Oh
filled
my-
with pre-recorded messages, and a protogen speaks by rapidly rewinding, fast-forwarding, and swapping out the kit. It's like that one robot from that episode of Futurama where Bender gets obsoleted.
It might be that. I think it's also a reference to the Kenku. Kenku,
So
for those
I
curious,
went
it's a
ahead-
D&D race that does the same thing where they listen to other people and they cannot speak using their own voice, so instead they have to mimic noises from other species in order to
Wait,
communicate.
Pilot. Don't have protogens as some Nazi super species. No, I literally just typed that all.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
So I
Now,
I looked it up. I was only kind of half right. So they're not copyrighted species, but get so classified as an species created by Zono. They're not copyrighted.
You're cutting
You
out
need-
really
you need-
badly.
listen, you need
Oh.
to reset your batteries there.
Oh no, can you not hear me?
Well, we can
Hello?
hear you, but what happens is, for some reason, your mic keeps cutting off bit by bit. Is it?
Are you sure it's not a Jewish microphone?
It probably is. This is what the Jews they do. All right, so can you hear me better now?
Yes.
So as I was saying, so it's really an open species, but get this: you have to. It's community driven, so you got to follow the guidelines. While you can create a common/uncommon progens, they are not strictly public domain. Traits are often require official ownership. So this fucking furry creature designed by committee.
What
Also, wait a minute.
What a dog shit idea.
Wait. You can turn this gay, can't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, you just snuggle it enough as the Duckwanger Brigade,
But
and you
where?
can make it love. Well, you just use the cassette hole.
Yeah, you skull
Okay.
fuck it.
Next, then. Oh no,
Do you
it's the
think-
Draka! He's bringing in the Draka.
No, I think this is another OC race.
It's dragon people.
Oh, okay.
Do you think the committee
Ravens genetically manipulating Komodo dragons?
Do you think the fucking like committee that designs the protogens, they allowed them to be a furry Nazi? Do you think that was also approved by committee?
But I don't know, but I can tell you this. So the Protogen is clearly wearing what's known as it's wearing super soldier armor from Wolfenstein: The New Order and Return to Castle Wolfenstein: The Proto Soldier / X Soldier. That's stolen from that. And I don't remember what the Drac is wearing, but that is armor from another video game that they stole from. That actually might be the Helldiver uniform. I don't remember.
Next, though,
but both of these are stolen suits of armor. This is actually like someone else's material that they have converted onto their OC that they're just putting in
it's the Nazis. I can't blame them for emulating their idols by stealing everything.
Oh, and also they have fire breath, but they had to go. At least they said Flammenwerfer, like a flamethrower.
Next up, though, the hyena.
They're from South Africa and Rhodesia because, fucking forbid that we actually look up where they're from.
They're the Boer. They know Afrikaans.
But they're also Gaddafi.
And Jesse Owens.
And the Saudis for some reason.
Now for my next impression, Jesse Owens.
You know the best part about this? There are wolves in Arabia. There's also sand cats.
Wait, you said they're from Afrikaans. Why is King Saud al-Saud here, of the House of Saud?
They ran out of ideas. Sorry, man.
Because it's Africa, and it's.
He's from Arabia.
Well, that's next to
Africa. The country's named after his house.
No. They're in Arabia's Africa, right? It's the same thing. They think it's the same.
It starts with an A.
It's the same country, isn't it? It's the same country. It's like a city in Africa, right?
Guys, can I just say, too, I just want to give this book credit. I am so fucking glad they didn't bring up that one fucking factoid about female hyenas.
Oh, no, they do.
The one I'm talking about.
They do. They tend to boss their partners around, which has led to many social conflicts when traveling abroad or seeking love.
But they didn't mention the other part, so, I mean, I have to give them credit there. They didn't fucking say you know what, so that's a fucking miracle right there. God, why did you have to say it out loud? I got to take another drink.
Well, we had to say it out loud
because having a large clitoris for some reason.
Well, it's also the birth canal.
Thank you.
Also, Wolverine, talent, Liberty Prime. Also, they're Americans. Like Douglas MacArthur, Vice President Joseph McCarthy.
President MacArthur and Vice President McCarthy.
Okay, I could see that teaming up. They were both crazy by the end of it.
It's not the worst combination. Actually, are they from the same state? They might not be able to.
What do you mean from the same state?
You can't
You can't be.
I thought you couldn't. Oh no, you can't. You can't. You're wrong. I'm wrong.
Where in the Constitution does it say that?
No, you're right. You're right. It's just bad idea. I think they're both Midwesterners though, because McCarthy's from Wisconsin, and MacArthur I think is like Kansan.
It's actually not
also wait. I need to bring this up here. So with the hyena, I was looking. We know who Jesse Owens is. We know who Saud is. Muammar Gaddafi. Garrett Morgan, inventor of the traffic light.
Bing.
Why?
They ran. I'd say
get it because they stop. I don't know, but let's see. Alexander Kolchak and Commander Anton Denikin for the Wolverines.
What?
Oh. And then we get to my
No. Before we get to that, I want to tell you about what Liberty Prime does for the Wolverines. Wolverines ignore right penalties in melee. Opponents do not gain a bonus being prone. Fighting communists, Wolverine ignore the wounded and shaken status effects. Wolverine must attack no communists on sight.
So this entire thing was because they wanted to insert a reference to Red Dawn, the original. Because of the Resistance group. The problem is, this was a dog shit, pointless reference. Now onto the meat of the thing.
Have a Nagila.
No.
Do you like
This is
how
not-
she's
this
do
is
you
not
like
a
how she's
happening.
wearing do you like how she's wearing a fucking schoolgirl uniform from Japan for whatever reason?
And for some
He is
reason, a
quite cute.
blue Jewish star. So, while originally native to Europe, we're not technically.
No.
Wait, oh no, that's another anti-Semitic libel there.
Yeah.
The mouse was driven to extinction there during the War of Liberation nearly 2 decades ago. Those that refused to be deported killed off in camps.
Right, so
Those accepted High
Madagascar plan
Command's
worked.
orders, to Mouseland.
So the Madagascar plan was actually enacted.
It worked. This
You
is
know.
how we win World War
But
II.
also the
We just-
Holocaust was as well.
Hey, remember how this was supposed to be comedic? Yeah, where's the comedy here?
you know,
One will never
you know,
find
there-
a mouse in Europe, not in the military or civilian life, where one is discovered, they'll be arrested. For many, they disguise themselves as rats while traveling abroad. They tend to live a peaceful life on their island ethno state. Don't know where the natives were. And it is unusual to see them in Europe. They do have positive relations with America, however, and anyone there will find them in the entertainment industry.
Of course.
Wait a minute.
Of course.
So
Famous mice. King Solomon, Jesus Christ, Albert Einstein, and Ian Nasir.
Ian Nasir was not actually. He was from Uruk. He is from Ur.
Congratulations, we're not from Uruk. We're from Israel.
No, technically, your founding father Abraham was of Ur. Abram of Ur. However, he left it in his youth. He left it in his youth.
Oh my god! So guys, I remember exactly who E Nazir is. Do you know who they're referencing?
Yeah, it's the
yes,
merchant.
the copper guy.
It's the guy. It's the
Get
guy
it?
who sold
Get it?
shoddy
Another
copper.
third anti-Semitic libel here.
Oh no! Then there's the fourth one, which is haha. See, it's just jokes, bro. And then you can tell they're completely dead serious that they really fucking hate Jewish people just from this page.
Wait a minute.
And
You
that they're
suck,
hiding
you were
behind
just talking-
comedy.
motherfucker.
They're hiding behind comedy.
Oh,
like
no, I
a
think
lot
they-
of.
Oh no, bad fucking comedy though.
Well,
Yup.
I can't. Well, given the way the mouse is drawn, I don't know if they hate Jewish people or they want to hate fuck Jewish
Oh wait.
people.
Also, the gun is that an Uzi?
It is.
Oh, it looks
Yes,
like
How
it.
could they have an Uzi? Israel doesn't exist in this setting.
Well,
Well,
no.
they do. They exist in Mouseland.
Also, blood libel number 4. The Jews are behind the entertainment industry in America. Completely.
Enemy
Yeah.
of the people. This is just a
Yeah.
historical one. A mouse will always know Hebrew as an extra language. This would have been the 50s. I don't think they
Lie.
would have. You should use Yiddish.
Yiddish or
If you're
any of the
trying to
other
be,
Judaic languages, Hebrew was only used from Zionist
Ladino?
organizations.
Yeah.
No,
Ladino.
Hebrew was becoming popular again, but that's because it was used as a lingua franca between all the Jewish communities because none of them spoke their own dialects
Also,
usually.
wait, hold
Oh.
on. Will automatically succeed at disguise roles to be a rat. They'll be executed if they are discovered by the police or the government. So, but they can disguise as a rat.
Yep. Even though they look completely different, actually. But whatever. Also, they're much smaller.
Yeah, a mouse can spend 1 hero point mentality to buy an item for half price. Another anti-Semitic libel there.
Six
Now-
anti
now I need-
No, there
Now, I
might
need
be
to
one
know,
more
like-
blood libel, because for all we know, because these people are stunning and brave, this might be a cross-dressing gay Jewish mouse that's in a schoolgirl uniform.
Could be.
+1 to skullduggery, -1 to brutality.
-1 to brutality. You sure about that, pal?
You sure about that? Because there's a lot of modern Jews that are pretty fucking brutal.
Also, keep in mind that they literally have a protocol where they will use all of the nukes that they got with the help of South Africa, because remember, they sent troops down there to help them fucking destroy the shit out of the black people down in Rhodesia during the bushfire wars, and to work with apartheid South Africa, so they could get enough nukes to fling and kill all the Arabian nations around them in their death throes.
Because they're fucking insane people.
They literally have a protocol
remember,
that you kill us, we're wiping out everyone.
No. Remember, we're a religion. We're in the book. Our founders, like 90 years old, and in order to make a covenant, God says, "Cut your dick off."
This
Now,
is
I need to
the
know that-
people.
And he does it with a rock. We're insane people.
These are the people who they heard voices that said this is the promised land, and they proceeded to genocide everyone they could actually fucking decisively do this with, only stopping in the rare times they couldn't do it. such as
Yes.
the mountainous areas of Israel, because God was not with them these days because they had iron chariots.
Now, I need to know this right here and now. Now, the proud Jew, imperial citizen, does this mouse invoke the feeling of lust? I want to create
No.
more little mouse babies with this cute mouse.
No.
Why not? She's very cute. Look at the schoolgirl
Because I
uniform
want to
she
fuck
has
a
in this.
human.
This is a human-sized rat you can fuck.
So here's my problem with this. This one
Bestiality is a sin.
This one page alone tells me that all of the it's just jokes. Things are better. They can say this all they want. This is stuff that they genuinely believe on some level.
Sam Hyde's better at disguising his beliefs. And he fucking puts it out there publicly.
Speaking of which, I think he might back the quartering just because just out of spite because
Oh, good.
being made
Ruin
fun
your
of.
legitimacy or legacy even
Well,
more.
he already did that earlier. It's fine.
All right.
Oh,
all right,
then
so
next, magpies.
I wonder who they're
Oh,
supposed to
right.
represent.
Oh
we wanted to finish it.
no!
Here's the other race that even today are still distrusted by the Europeans.
No! Especially since there's magpies are also known throughout like the rest of the world. They're in Australia, mate. They have their. Oh, speaking of which, the Australian magpies are crazy. Like they're pretty cool birds until their nesting season. Do you want to know what they have? What that part of their year is called? Dive bomb season. Because they will legitimately, if you're within 50 feet of them, fucking attack you. Because you're near their nest. They have actually killed people. They're little birds, but the reason why they're able to do it is they will attack anyone. And in one case, they attacked an old man who was on a bike ride. He broke something important in his bones and died from the incident. They're crazy little bastards.
I mean, they're an Australian species. Anyone from Australia is insane. Even more so than us Jews.
Well, not as persecuted as the mouse population. The Romani were also part of the Shoah. You know, they a couple million.
Oh, no,
of them
they
were
don't.
purged.
No. These people don't know anything about the actual.
I mean, they're not officially
Holocaust.
part of the Shoah aspect, but part of the.
They're not part of the Shoah,
program.
but they're part of the Holocaust.
I had a
No.
conversation with my
Don't fizz out too much. There we go.
right.
There
Doing
we
good?
go. We're good.
All right, there you go. I was about to say I was having a conversation
This
with
has
my
curdled my drink. I'm not even kidding. And I almost got splashed with what was in it.
I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, the British guy, and we were having a conversation about the gypsies, and he insists to this day that removing gypsies from your community is a lawful good action.
Well, he also says the same thing for chavs and Irish travelers.
Check the our law.
But still, let's see with this one here. So they were driven out at the same time as the mice were. With where do they go?
They don't say. So they're just dying. Also, Harry Houdini was one.
Was he? I don't think he.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. They're hated.
Helena Blavatsky?
One of the big thinkers behind Theosophism, and particularly the odd occult bullshit that Nazis were interested in. You're really gonna throw Helena under the bus like that?
Yeah, and she was Russian.
Correct.
She'd be a bear.
I don't know if any of these.
Oh, I know who Nina Kulagina is. Okay, so Nina Kulagina, she was the woman who basically lied about being part of the Soviet psychic program, and may or may not have been partially responsible for the New Earth unit when the Americans funded it. She was basically paid by the Soviet Union to pretend to be psychic, and the U.S. spent millions to do it. Lockhart is some type of fraud.
Oh,
I imagine.
Prissy pointed this out. They know Gypsy as an extra language.
It's called Romani, but okay. Romani, there's also different dialects and even a couple different languages of Romani. They're mutually intelligible, but you know, like a Romani from like say Bulgaria has a different dialect than the ones that are like in France.
People are pointing out though that she's got a rabbit in the hat.
Oh yeah.
And a guy found it saying it's a baby rabbit she stole.
Are you not my new mommy? Yes, my child. Now let Mama make a few kopecks so that we can feed tonight. Yay, mommy!
Yeah. Next off, From the far-off exotic lands of Argentina,
What?
the mantis.
The mantis.
Argentina.
The mantis.
What?
Who would you have made the Argentinians, Adam?
Like if you
Hey,
put me on the spot.
look at all that armor there and all those symbols that clearly are not native Argentinian culture.
If you put me on the spot and I didn't have the chance to Google it up, flamingos, even though they're more of an Andean people. A little more thought, probably. Have you ever heard of South American canines?
Yeah.
Like a maned wolf, maybe. Like they maned wolf, maybe.
Also, Juan Perón is a mantis.
Why is he
Mi
dressed like?
general.
Oh, they do include the Incans. That's Zappa Inca
That's Inca.
Atahualpa.
Hey, you know where the Incas aren't?
In Argentina.
Argentina.
They're like,
You know where they are?
They're Peru and Bolivia and Ecuador.
Yeah.
So I could use flamingos. No, seriously, imagine like a flamingo wearing like one of those Panamanian hats, holding twin Tommy guns in a fucking pinstripe suit.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound amazing? Like a zoot suit
I'd want
fucking
that.
mobster flamingo?
Hell yeah. And hey, they're technically more whiter than the general Argentinian.
So the reason why they're going with this route is so Argentina had a lot of Germans settle it during the early 20th century. Also a lot of Welsh people in the south.
And Perón was a fascist.
Uh-huh.
Perón admired fascism, yes.
I contend he was a fascist. He,
He-
however,
justicialism-
saw the writing
yeah.
on the wall and fucked off from associating with the Nazis.
Well, he had to repudiate them. That's why he came up with justicialism. Peronism is just essentially what fascism is in a different way.
Yeah.
So let's go into some more insults. Mantises in the military tend to work as covert assassins or shock assault troops. Okay. Civilian mantises are deeply
wait.
religious people.
Is this a Dirty War reference?
Yes.
Oh, so they're kidnapping babies as well.
I mean, hey, they gotta fight the communist Shining Path mantises that eat the heads of the babies when they're born because they're the scions of reactionaries. By the way, I don't know if this is a female mantis or a male mantis. I think it's male, but that loincloth is about to fly off. You might want to fix that.
No,
Also, here's my next question. So everyone else except the people making fun. So we have the mice that are dressed as schoolgirls, the Romani, which are just dressed as like a standard fortune teller. What the fuck? Why the fuck are the mantises dressed like they're Stone Age savages?
Because don't you know? They're all inferior to the real canine man.
Also, why do they worship
think
Inti? Like Argentina. Is it because of the sun logo that they have on their flag, you idiot?
Because they're all just a bunch of dirty fucking foreigners.
I'm gonna say it. He looks more like a foreign superhero with that cape. The cape's really throwing me off here.
Well, the reason they're in... So Princess Cyanide is pointing out that the mantises are immune to most morale damage, but take damage from flamethrowers and fire. Yeah, they didn't give a shit. They're just kind of inventing stuff. Like, this isn't really crunchy. This is just... What they did was they came up with the species first, and then they slapped together whatever they fucking could for year zero.
Let's see here. Next, spiders.
Spider-Man.
And if we want to get who the spiders are, Durlwanger is one of them.
No, Durlwanger should be a duck. I'm sorry.
And Marquis de Sade, Max Sterner, and Coco Chanel.
So what you're saying is that they're a race of actual psychopaths, then?
Yes.
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, you do have a -5 to your social credit score because you're too much of a freak for German society.
Yeah, they're one of the few species that practice cannibalism. They eat sentient species.
What is cannibalism then in this case?
Also, that spider artwork, the head kind of looks like the Discord logo.
Also, tonight, you.
I just realized this person who commissioned this art had a sexual awakening from Undertale, I think. Because isn't there a spider lady there?
Yeah, there is.
This.
Adam, I don't know if this is gonna make me sound like a fag. I kind of like the art of the spider. It looks. I don't see any Nazi paraphernalia on it, and I think it's kind of funny to say, like, hey, I'm going to kill you.
It's a little
Funny.
interesting that they're wearing what seems to be more modern optical camouflage. Also, yeah, it wouldn't be cannibalism. Also, here's my next question. A lot of these creatures are carnivores or omnivores. What's their meat source? Are there non-sapient
Don't
animals?
don't think about it.
Are there
think about it.
non-sapient animals?
They
Oh
eat
God,
Jews.
the mouse factory where it's just like, don't you love Soylent Green? And you just hear agonized squeaks in the fucking cellar.
Soylent Green is mice. Soylent Green is mice.
I know. It's so say like I know.
You know, they also don't really clarify why the predators in Zootopia also don't eat flesh. Like, what is their diet?
Synthaflesh.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you're fucking with me or not.
Army
No, I'm
ants.
just making it up. I'm making that. Yeah,
Hey, does
army
anybody
ant.
want to roll? Does
So-
anybody want to play my Nazi furry game and roleplay as
Also-
Judy Hopps
also,
so I can
wait.
seduce you?
It's an interesting thing to note that it's entirely impossible to tell a male army ant from a female one unless one decides to wear makeup.
I just wanted to go back to the spiders.
Oh, sure.
One, I kind of hate this artwork. It really should be creepier because spiders are fucking creepy.
Yep.
And two, would Armin Maywis be a spider then in this setting?
Probably. Also, you know what they could have gone with? They could have been inspired. You know what? Actually, because of the angle of the web, this should be an ogre face spider. You know, the ones with the ginormous eyes that look like they're just gonna strangle you. Or like a wolf spider. Wolf spiders also have really very memorable eyes because
I
they
hate
glow.
those fuckers.
Army ants are just apparently Fidel Castro. All the communists and the drug dealers are ants. I don't know why, but whatever, they are.
And whoever knows, they could be a woman.
Tortoises. They're one of the 4 priestly castes of China and Japan. So here's the thing. They put more effort and thought into China and Japan because remember, one of these people who wrote this project is a weeaboo. And we're about to see what they think these areas are like. Oh, what's that? What's that? It's like wuxia bullshit? Yeah. Welcome to the turtle school. Even including Krillin's little head tattoo on this one.
Oh god, you're right.
And then we got the phoenix.
So yeah, they decided.
Like the Dalai Lama.
No, before that, notice that everyone else was besides the ones they hated on, which were given like the most stereotypical fucking outfits ever. They were dressed in military uniforms or something resembling 1940s and 50 apparel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, here's our most ultra traditional fucking okay, at least with the Phoenix one, which by the way, Phoenix is more of a European thing. This would be the Feng Shuan. Feng Shuan is a different type of phoenix. It's a different type of bird. This is what happens when Gaijin / Baijuo fucking right. Get out of here, long noses.
Then we have the white tiger, the warriors.
Why are white tigers different from big cats?
They also were responsible for the Boxer Rebellion.
Because they're Asian.
Here's the other thing. Magic is real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't the Boxer Rebellion actually be successful?
Yeah, wouldn't they have made magical tattoos that deflected bullets?
Oh, just nothing like automatic fire.
I'm going to ignore that and instead talk about the Eastern Dragon, who claim direct bloodline to the first emperor of China.
Also, here's another thing you're noticing. You notice how they're based on the Chinese cardinal directions. Like they're trying to be smart.
Yeah.
They're trying to be very smart. But the problem is, this is like bare basic wuxia bullshit, and it really shows that you're just a weeaboo.
Also, let's see, Hirohito and King Bulabom of Siam are somehow now connected to the first emperor of China.
You know what's more insulting, besides Puyi being on here? Lu Bu, the ultimate betrayer. The guy who fucking betrayed everyone, including people he called brother, repeatedly.
No, Adam, it's just a legend, right? It's not, I don't know if it's true or not.
I want to shit on some more, because there's like some other horrible ones here.
He's like Char Aznavold. He's never betrayed anyone.
Here's famous turtles. Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi.
Gandhi.
For phoenixes, this includes Zhao Liujin, Usagi Kenshin, and the Dalai Lama. Which Dalai Lama? Are they always phoenixes? I mean, the Dalai Lama always being a phoenix is funny.
Well,
yeah, that actually makes more sense.
That's the joke.
Miyamoto Musashi is a white tiger. Sun Yat-sen is also one. Mate, we're emus. Why does this one have big arms? The whole thing about them is they don't have arms, really.
I'm also noticing too they don't give a race for Mao, so I guess Mao doesn't get to be a cool furry because fuck that
No,
guy.
he's a
Next up
he's-
though is the hedgehog.
and they're the fastest thing
Yeah.
alive.
Gotta go fast.
Sonic. They like chili dogs.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Showed the many species. The claim to fame have always been their incredible speed and the strange cultural affinity to the chili dogs. Get it?
One of
But-
them's yellow.
But they didn't even go with the idea of making them look like. They should have just had like a shitty Sonic art. Like they should have just leaned into the meme and just had like a
Just put
shitty Sonic
Sonichu
art.
there. Why not?
Then they are into extreme sports, such as rollerblading or motocross. That's from the
Then we have the
No.
kangaroo. Hey, don't you like how Australia has 3 different groups and none of them are Aborigine?
Well, fuck them, mate. Like what?
got
You expect a bunch of non-bogans to even know what they are?
No, wait, no, 5 different groups. We have
They
the
know-
emu,
They don't
the
know shit
hedgehog,
from the land
the
down under.
kangaroo, the frill lizard, and the platypus.
For a lizard, I don't even think is native to fucking Australia.
And the
Actually, there is a
beaver-
No, it
species in
is.
Australia.
No, they're in Australia.
I'm confusing
the
it with a
beaver
different
for Canada.
species. Platypus slash beaver, so they had to combine the two.
Then we have the gecko,
and
who are known for wisecracking jokes, referencing pop culture, and perpetual positive personalities.
So one of them had a really strong. I don't know. Maybe they have a kink for this guy.
Fucking sketch, guys.
And some of the famous geckos: Jerry Lewis, Groucho Marx, Charlie Chaplin, and Christina Sarbeck.
Let me look who the fuck Christina Sarbeck is.
Is Jerry Lewis, was he Jewish?
He might have been.
Groucho Marx,
I mean,
probably.
worse, he was a clown.
I think the Marx brothers were, at least ancestrally.
Let's see. Then we have the panda.
Yay.
You also like how again they're dressed in like the most traditionalist of tradition. Like these are some fucking nonsense.
No, and then we have the boar, which this is who Mao Zedong is, as well as Chiang Kai-shek.
You also like how they're dressed like they're fighting in the Han Dynasty and not like
It's
NRA troopers or
like,
Mao's guerrillas at all.
no, it's Asia, so they gotta look like a real wuxia thing.
I mean, I agree with Zhang Zhou-lin, I agree with Zhang Zhou-lin being a boar because they're described as rowdy, aggressive, and not exactly the smartest. But Mao's an idiot. But remember, he actually had a pretty good education for China. Same with Chiang Kai-shek.
I mean, Mao was a successful guerrilla fighter. So
He also was a relative. If I recall correctly, he came from relatively well-off, not landowners, but like landed peasantry.
he came from privilege.
Oh, then we have the Komodo dragon.
Who are of course dressed as samurai. You notice something different about these ones compared to the other ones that we read?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the peacock.
Do you think these guys are stupid enough to believe that you could cut a bullet in half with a katana, and that's why you can
Probably.
dress like this bullshit?
Yeah,
Adam,
of course.
See.
This is the
Crane.
lighthearted adventure. Of course you can.
You lost
Crane.
that privilege after the Jewish analogy.
Tanuki. Red panda. This is Panko.
I think they might have put more effort in the uniforms here than they did anywhere else too, which makes this worse.
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed too,
Penguins.
but I noticed you were angry about Lubu. Lubu historically was the Komodo dragon. I don't know why.
Oh, and then finally, after the
Oh.
penguins, we end with the humans.
Yeah. Also,
Which-
there is an Antarctica race for whatever reason. Also, red panda is like the most like.
With none of the
Whatever.
people famous being from Antarctica.
I kind of find it funny that
Except
you
he's
can't
from
play a
that
human. In this,
frozen hellhole.
you can't play a human in this setting, meaning that your center character, dear reader, can be transported into this setting and sodomize a wolf. Isn't that just exciting?
They may be included for completion's sake. Some eccentric humans are known to pretend to be talking anthropomorphic animals on message boards and in tabletop games, and deserve to be
Get
put in
it?
the fucking chamber.
Get it? Famous human.
How is this section still going? Because all of these dipshits needed to include all of their OCs, man. That's
To
why,
include
guy.
all of their OCs. Oh, and we're not. This is only 100 pages in.
Okay,
The
we
famous
we
human.
have
We
to
still-
return to this.
We still have the talents,
Yeah, there's gonna be a
And
part
then
2.
we
Fuck
have-
this.
and then we have the weapons and the tanks. Oh, you thought the autism was. These people are fucking autistic as fuck with their weapons.
AUTISM autism. They've got
I don't know if we want to stop here and then revisit it at a different point in time.
Yeah, I think this is a good. Yeah, I think this might be a good stopping point. But
Yeah, because like we also have to include backgrounds, which include just such luminary things as Hitler Jugend, the milkman, the poisoner,
The
slave
the
catcher,
baker.
slave
Wait, no.
catcher. Slavery's back, guys. And I don't
The
mean
baker.
the
Yeah, but you can't play a slave.
TV VCR repairman in 1959.
59.
the
The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Also, the traditional woman.
Trans women.
One last thing. Go to page 108 to find the talent that the author of this book took.
What page?
108.
Okay, yeah, because I think we could skip the talent. Oh, there's a few other, like they include other SS logos because, of course. Your royal heritage may go back to Holy Roman Empires. Is this guy hoping that he's like, oh, you see, I'm actually descended from one of the many inbred lines of German moron nobles who basically got wrecked by France? Reich security flag. Like, look at all this shit that's added for no reason. Hey, look, nepotism, baby. Whitman incarnate. Your Whitman. Whitman is a fucking okay. If I remember right, Whitman's the guy who was like part of the SS, wasn't he? The tank ace, Whitman. The guy who managed to fucking lose a tiger and get it absorbed and stolen by the fucking Allies because he was just so bad. The pre-revolution naval flag, Japan. So Japan had a revolution apparently. Here we go. Dubious talents. We have disability, cognitively disabled. You are slow of wit and have always struggled in the school.
You are an exceptional
So yeah,
individual.
that's the one that the author has.
Also, Strasser's
also,
party banner, a popular pick for party detractors.
Why is the Stratsman still alive? Did he come back in time?
Maybe it's because there's the belief that. So here's a weird belief I remember hearing a while back. Some idiots actually try to use Strasserism as like a way to justify being hard gay and still wanting to be a Nazi. Because they like made this weird copium about how, oh no, it's not bigoted at all towards homosexuality and transsexualism. Either that or it started as a meme and people started taking it seriously.
Why is it always the Stratsman?
Well, because
maybe,
it's literal Nazbol, but before Nazbol was cool.
Prissy has made a great point here. Horses weren't a race. So are they animals that you could ride? Slaves?
They lost their
Cows,
rights.
too.
No, they lost their rights after the invasion of the Mongolians. They were all just like forcibly. I'm going to say that like the original killing fields and the horrible things. Also, cattle. There's no cattle.
Yeah,
I was about to say too. There's no monkeys or gorillas, so I think we know what happened to the inhabitants of Madagascar. It sounds like, and Africa.
Well, no, you can't be a primate. What? That gets you closer to human, and we want to be animals.
Well, in fairness, they're also found in the New World because New World monkeys. So
Monkeys are awesome, all right.
So are the lemurs running an insurgency against the mice Zionists?
I don't think they thought
They
that
probably
through.
are.
All I know is that they put more effort into thinking about struggle snuggle. They literally came up with a call sign for rape and found a way to use it to correct out of being gay. Because that's how being gay totally works. Am I right?
They didn't
Like
do the rape right. It was just age.
It's
I
just
hate him.
This book is, we're only 100 pages in, and I think we were pretty brusque and brief with it, weren't we?
Yeah, we have to do a part 2 on this.
Yeah.
Because
Fuck this.
like
this is
it's offensive, but far be it for me to say, to not be offensive. I literally said these people should belong in the fucking gas chamber. There's an art to being offensive, and
They failed at
the
it. They were boring.
wishy-washiness, it's boring, it's dull, and you're mixing things.
Like, okay, hear me out.
I'm sorry to say, furries and Nazis do not belong together.
What are you talking about? Sex pestery and the far right go together like peanut butter and cyanide.
Okay, correct. However, furries are open with their degeneracy, and Nazis like that behind closed doors.
That is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got this weird mixture of somebody who's proud at mocking societal morals and somebody who wants to enforce societal morals.
Well, this is the case of
weaken both arguments.
This is the case of, I think they genuinely believed it, because when I was reading, when the mouse section was read, how many fucking blood libels did they manage to cram in a 5-paragraph essay? I think it was 5. One per paragraph.
Then again, they may just be so incredibly fucking dumb.
No, because remember, look at how obsessive they were at charting all of the Nazi heraldry and logos for like their SS divisions and shit.
I want to lean on ignorance rather than being malicious, but no, you know what? You're right. These people, I guess, is the thing that makes this really good cringe. They seem to be honest and sincere.
No, they're not honest, because they're trying to very poorly do the Sam Hyde. Oh, just jokes, haha. Unless. Here's the thing.
The difference is
There's
Sam
one of
Hyde
two
can
ways
actually
he
make
do
a
that.
joke.
He can crack jokes.
And why are you being so rude against them? What are they?
I don't know, but apparently they were not happy with you trying to defend them, or they. I don't know which they. It's one of the theys. There's a lot of theys. Don't worry. All I know is that this book is terrible enough. I want to do a part 2. I also straight up have one more thing to comment on. If you're gonna go offensive, don't fence it. Don't try to say, "Oh, things are better," and then actually go into like detail, because that's not better. That's you being a coward. You should have commissioned art of Oscar Ducklewanger, like with like a psychotic expression on his face, a fucking machine gun in one hand, a knife in the other, and a raging erection in his pants as he's kicking open the door to a Russian cottage.
Reproduce
as a piece of art.
I'm sorry to say, reproduce Holocaust pictures, but with animals. The ones I'm talking about.
No, the last rat in Vilnius.
Oh God!
I'm just completely offensive like that.
I'm just reminded of this. You just reminded me of this one like DeviantArt cringe image I saw like years ago. Of,
the great pig slaughter of Nanking, and you just see Imperial Japanese soldiers going through like a fucking
just chopping piglets' heads off.
Can I fucking talk?
Sure.
This one cringy ass DeviantArt image I saw years ago, where it was like one of the pictures like the Jews getting rounded up, but there's like one of the My Little Ponies stuck in there.
Right,
oh yeah, I remember that one, and it's all in black and white.
Yeah,
that was a great there was like this autist too that was like, Holocaust was bad, but Rainbow Dash Sad really made me realize how bad it was.
Yeah, it's a twofer. It's the original, which is just what the fuck, and then there's the comment. That's one of the comments in there.
So, I see found this man's manifesto, and then he describes in detail why he has the sex mechanics and why he's a bad person. Do you want to read this now, or do you want to?
No, that's part 2. That's part 2, just in case there's not enough to cover.
Wait, hold on. You found his manifesto?
Technically, his questions and answers. Especially him explaining why he has sex mechanics on this fucking thing. Very bottom.
He could just say that it's because it's a furry game, bro. What do you expect?
I think we need to have the commentary at the end.
Yeah, it's at the end. We're saving the worst for last.
The best.
Ah, okay. Lord.
I found this. Adam, do you want to link Squeaks McDole's Twitter account, the man who's made this wonderful piece of artwork.
I'll link it in
No.
the Discord maybe at some point.
We need him. I want
Do
him
we?
to know.
No, we don't. I don't know if I want to draw attention to this.
Well, I can say one thing. If you want a more refined version of what the hell you just listened to, apparently Notepad Anon, which I also added in the description,
He's working on one. Grim Jim, if you look him up, he's got a video from about like 6 months ago.
Yeah, so we're not exactly the freshest to cover this one, but god damn am I glad we did. I didn't expect it to be this big of a roller coaster. I thought we were just gonna right through. This might be a 3-parter. I don't know. It depends on how dense this is.
It is pretty
Well,
dense.
we need a new Hardwired Island before Hardwired Island 2 comes out.
This is reminding me of back in the day when we used to make fun of shit like Wraithathu, only Wraithathu had more respect than this. They were out and out about their degeneracy because they vividly described as you slowly died from the space AIDS that reworked your body into a shrew person.
Oh, I'm so glad that who found this.
Thank you, Permac.
Thank you for discovering this. I feel like a fucking possum that found a knocked over trash can.
Don't touch our garbage.
By the way, from Prissy Princess, all of the questions for the Q&A should be, "What's wrong with you?"
It's like that Chinese poem where it's like the same word repeated 100 times.
Now, should we go for a real palate cleanser? Should we go for Hypermall, or should we go back to an old classic?
This was bad enough. This is entertaining enough that I could probably handle Hypermall. It just depends on how schedules go. If we can link up to people together again for this, we might do part 2 next week. If not, it'll either be Hypermall or something actually good, I promise.
I'm thinking either that or we go back to Chronicles of Darkness, Dark Eras.
We mined most of that one out, didn't we?
There's still a few left.
I'd have to dig through it because you're talking about the stuff in the second or third expansion.
Second or third, yeah. We can ration it out.
You heard that? You heard that here. We might actually cover a little bit more of the World of Darkness.
We might actually do actual history instead of this garbage.
Because totally Steiner could have saved the Reich at the Battle of Berlin.
Skunks could have done it. They had the magic. Because apparently, according to fucking history, Charlemagne was also a skunk.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We'll get into it. We'll get into it next time. We could keep going. So have a good night, everyone. Jesus fucking Christ.
Would anybody like to role play my Iron Claw setting? Hello? Any takers? The catch being somebody has to be a cute wolf girl and they get to sodomize you.
With their feminine penis.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys with that. Night, everyone.